Vanglorious Vanguard.
Knowledge born.
Yeah.
United Front. What you want, what you want, what you want.
To the Knowledge Radio.
We in here. What you got? Dot.
Work hard as a slave to one day be your savior. The wave unwavering. This is a labor of love. Rise with a purpose every day. Invigorated. If we were on TV, we'd be 10 times syndicated. If we waited for validation, a paycheck or accolades, we'd be starved, already lost or ran away. But when you're square solid and you circle too, you don't need a place for silence. The concept is conquered through media, not areas of people activity. A mix that don't lose ethnicity, tightness that don't lose elasticity. Explicitly, this isn't where we give the novice regard. Nah, this is where knowledge is born. Last time that I checked, I'm undefeated. Deliver edicts can't resist when the gods build and manifest freedom. When lines get crossed, they may push a loss, cause they get handed a check. We kick a can and cancel your cancerous gestures. A prophet vision, precision, the prescription for the sickness is to inoculate your fate with the winning. Arrogant beginnings turn to humble endings. And US with KBA is a win-win. 1K, 1K.
Yeah, we live. This is crazy. First time ever did. Often imitated. Never duplicated. You understand? We got Hip Hop Legends Podcast in the building. It's amazing. It's going down. We got 3 platforms together, combined to give us this legendary collaboration. We got Hip Hop Brews and Beats own CEO, straight from Cleveland. Y'all heard his voice. I need y'all to take it in. I need y'all to understand that was not a box. That's a real man. You understand what I'm saying? Killa season in the building.
For sure.
Killa. And y'all seen this magnificent warlord, whether he was lifting up half of the gym or he was giving some real life game, man. Tubman City's own, Baltimore City's own, Melvinaire podcast.
Salute.
Rome the plug, aka hashtag riding with Rome. Out this motherfucker, man. What's going on, man? How y'all feeling today?
Good, man. What's going on, fellas? I'm good. What's happening? Yeah, man. So this is I like to call destiny. Feel me?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like yo. Okay, I'm looking forward to this, man. It's only right. Long time coming, absolutely.
Definitely. It's not 2 other brothers I could sit down with in this capacity right here and discuss hip hop in the fashion that we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We start getting into qualifications, who qualified versus who ain't qualified. You know.
Word.
You know, versus owe us a check. So when y'all see this, no, y'all owe us a check. Y'all know y'all owe us a check. You understand?
We was doing verses a long time ago, bro.
Long time ago. Did these verses for a couple years now. You understand?
Long time ago, we was doing verses.
So y'all owe us a check. If they were smart, they would just be like, yo, we just gonna hire y'all to host the verses. You understand what I'm saying? And do the analysis and the breakdown. Run us the check, man. You understand what I'm saying? We here.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I don't even need to check. They can drop my shit off in a garbage bag. I just want to cut out.
For real. Put it on my EBT or something, man. You know what I'm saying? On my EBT. Yeah. But this is one in the making, and based on the content, you know, the subject matter for today, ghostwriting and hip hop, I definitely didn't want to have this conversation without, you know, a brother we all respect, you know, the interview king, Mr. No Filter himself, CEO, No Filter Podcast, Apparel, and so many other things. So we just waiting for him. He's actually live right now. You know, when you're doing this content, it's addictive sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So we waiting. You know, I can't say nothing to them, man. I got 2,200 episodes and counting. You understand? Word. I can't say nothing to them, man. Word. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to him and Blizz, aka Karem, man. They doing amazing work over there. Support Doggie Diamonds TV, No Filter Podcast, and you know he do what he do best. Like he's giving an opportunity to a brother that he got a lot of respect for, and that's a collaboration. So this collaboration is the same in the same vein for me. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, I guess we could talk some prelim stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Ghostwriting in hip hop. Does ghostwriting have a place in hip hop? Let's go there.
Does it have a place? Definitely. It always has. It's always been a part of the system. I think it became taboo, especially in the 90s era, because we expected so much from our MCs at that point. Also, it was kind of hidden who the ghostwriters were, so you didn't even know that somebody else was writing somebody's shit. But it's always been here, always will be. I think the thing is when we start making these lists of who's a top MC and blah blah blah, you got to factor that in.
Yeah, I feel like I said, like ghostwriting's always been a part of hip hop. I agree with Killa. Like for a specific era was a prominent thing, you just ain't know about it. We find out later on down the line.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like an asterisk. Like it just depends on the fact. It just depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, yeah, if a nigga wrote your biggest hit, yeah, all right, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you lose some credit, and that dude gains a little bit more. In my book, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain joints. It just depends on the situation. Like nigga, did he just give you the hook? Or did he give you two verses and you wrote one? Did he coach you? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he coach you on how to perform the song? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many other factors that's relevant to the situation that I feel like, yo, like, but we gotta have that conversation has to be held though, bro. Like, it has to be.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if anybody wrote for you, I don't care if it's an album song, biggest hit. Hey, that's a knot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That changes the dynamics.
Yeah.
You know, when the conversation was Jay-Z wrote everything on Still Dre, hey, that made me look at Snoop. Hey,
right.
You could,
absolutely.
And then to hear him say, well, me and DOC was trying to put some shit together. You and DOC couldn't figure out how to write you a 16. Y'all had to go get Jay for that, for real. Right. And then he wrote the whole joint.
The whole joint.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Now let's look at that real quick. If I come to you with a song and you hear my song structure, my format, you hear the whole song.
Mm-hmm.
I got the song, but I want you on it.
Right.
And you spit this verse that I wrote. Is that in the same category?
Yeah, if you wrote it, if I said it and I didn't write it, that's ghostwriting. That's to me, that's what it is.
We heard Foxy first. We heard Memphis Bleak first. Those were songs that were already done.
Right.
You just on the song. This is your shot.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, right. This is your shot. If you don't do this, we never heard of you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Is that the same thing as I'm already out, I'm established, blah, blah, blah? Is that in the same vein? Is that the same shit?
I think that's a tad bit different. I think that only for the same.
Everything just blanked out. I just missed like the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, like for a Foxy, like you could listen to Foxy and hear Jay. You know what I'm saying? You could tell that was Jay. Like Memphis Bleak, I think that's what, in some people's opinion of Memphis Bleek, made him a letdown. It's because like when you heard Memphis Bleek gonna come into age, when the first come to age, you like, yo, this nigga fire. You feel me?
Right.
And then the solo album dropped. And when you heard more material that Bleek wrote for himself, it wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the same shit. And it was just kind of like, and then being,
whoa. We fronting on coming to age now? We fronting on the whole. Whoa. That's what we doing with Bleek right there?
I'm not saying Coming to Age was a bad album. What I'm saying was like the anticipation of what niggas thought Memphis Bleek was going to be. He wasn't that. You know,
I had that same feeling when I heard him on Coming of Age on Reasonable Doubt. I was like, yo, and I'm about the same age as Bleek. I'm like, yo, this nigga is.
Like,
and then to come to find out later on, Jay wrote the whole thing. Like, oh, okay,
right.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
I don't know. That's a little different, man. I'm telling you. Coming to age, yo. Y'all fronting on Coming to Age right now?
Great song.
Great
Great lyrics.
I'm talking about the album. The album. I'm talking about the album.
It wasn't whack. It wasn't a whack album. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? But
it wasn't expecting.
It wasn't what I expected. I expected Memphis Bleek, Reasonable Doubt, Coming to Age. That I expected.
Bleek. What did he say on Coming to Age? The song where you was like, oh, I can't wait for his album. Stop, man. Come on.
On the first,
you heard his album.
The whole verse, the whole back and forth and all that shit that they was doing. That shit was dope.
I'm always slinging, bringing the drama.
I rock with you for free.
A couple of dollar signs to my name. I'm always disturbing the peace. Man, come on, bro.
So like wait. That verse right there, and then to stay alive in New York City. Are you serious, yo?
No, those are.
Are you serious? Are you serious, yo? Like,
Bleek's on classics. What I'm saying is the expectation of his solo career did not live up to what I thought that I was getting from Reasonable Doubt, Coming to Age, Memphis Bleek. Not saying good albums, not saying he didn't have good songs and none of that, because he did.
He got better with every album. He got better with every album. Reasonable Doubt wasn't an instant classic either. It got replay value.
No, it wasn't. But I had it when it came out. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of them.
It was moments. He had moments. He had moments on the joint. You see what I'm saying?
That joint's retarded.
In 96, it was a classic?
Not in 96. Not unless you were already on it. Some of us was already on it and seen it. Like, yo, this is about to be some shit. I had it. I played it.
It was an instant classic when you heard it. 96.
I listened
to
it.
For me personally,
I was not talking to bro. In 96 though, in that vein, hold on, Killa, back to your ass too. Fuck that. Look, in the same vein, 96, the albums that came out in 96. This is at the top. This is the top of the top. Come on.
At that time for me, yeah. I'm saying for me, just like when Jay-Z did that In My Lifetime Volume 1. I'm like, yo, this ain't that.
Look, bro, we was just talking about this shit right here. We was just talking about this shit. It came out in 96. Come on, man. Do I got to go through the album releases?
No,
96.
No, 96 is the best.
Do I got to do that?
Of album releases. We know that. But all I'm saying is, like, 96, I was on, it was written in Machiavelli. That's like all I really listened to, like, kind of that kid. I take that back. It was mad music release. I had nothing. I take that back. But those are just I was on.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like seriously, like I said, it just depends on the situation.
Bleak shit was. We was talking about Beans and Nori, right? There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Street Nori and Street Beans.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Not the industry shit, like, you know,
right.
Halfway thugs and the truth.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like when you heard Bings, you like, oh,
Right.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Like, but what was that shit he was on with Sauce on J album?
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Did he go crazy on that motherfucker?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you get sprinkled in, coming to age 2, Jay ain't write bleak shit. So the progression is what I'm saying. He might have started off here. It might have been to his detriment, like you saying. Mm-hmm. But he pulled out of there. Mm-hmm. You heard him on the joint with Beans Hustler. You heard him on Hustler. Act like you don't know.
Nah, like I said, like Bleak's on some classic joints. He's got a couple. He's got some good albums. Like he was on the rock. You know what I'm saying? He was on the rock. And if it wasn't for Beans, Bleak would have been getting that shine. Like Beans came and just kind of like just took over for who he and what he was. You know what I'm saying? That's just
that's one of the things. Like everybody else came in and surpassed.
Yeah, Bleak. and passed Bleak.
Everybody came in and passed Bleak.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying right now.
Cam and Beans.
How much push was Rockefeller really giving this shit? How many videos did he get? Now, how many videos did Cam and them niggas get?
That's a different thing right there.
Yeah, like
that's a different thing right there. That's a different thing right there. I can't. Yeah, that's But Cam and them was supposed to be fucking with Big.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So this is like, you know how that shit go. But Jay is like the worst example to try to say, okay, what he was supposed to do with somebody, because he ain't do shit with nobody. He ain't do nothing with nobody. Nas either. Neither one of them niggas did nothing for nobody that was with them. So like that's an awful example. So we would never know what Bleak actually did. Like niggas is like, all right, let's go get 75 people. Let's turn this shit into the Yankees. Oh, y'all beat us? All right, let me hire this nigga. Like, nah, man. It wasn't the same thing right there. It wasn't the same thing. So,
like ghostwriting, you should have an asterisk. Like, if it was a successful album, you should have an asterisk next to it, and that's it. Like, it could still be a good album and all of that. You feel me?
My brother going crazy in the chat. You an MC, but money, stop, man. You can't stop that. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's different. You know, stop. Come on, man. Like you done heard some Bleak shit and was like, all right, come on, man.
No, Bleak was cool, bro. Like
Bleak started a whole. Never mind. I mean,
nah, go ahead. Nah, don't do that. Go ahead.
Now y'all go ahead. Y'all got it.
Yeah, man. All right. We saw Beans versus Nori. Since we talking about Beans, I got Beans, and I got Beans because I'm just super biased because I'm such a Beans fan. You feel me? But Nori's gonna have some joints though. I just don't know. I don't know if that's gonna. I think Beans got too much for Nori.
Yeah, and that's gonna come down to how are we really judging this shit? Is it gonna be from the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, hip hop head perspective, or is it gonna be, hey, who has the most popular songs?
Right.
That shit is gonna have an effect on how that plays out.
Yeah, but Beans catalog is like Nori got joints though. Like he do grimy, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Super Thug, like M joints. You know what I'm saying? Like or anything out that type bag, bro. Like any Neptune's joint.
Nothing, all that shit. Yeah.
He got a handful of, bro. And like I said, the reggaeton, the Daddy Yankee features and all that, bro. Like he got some shit, bro. That's not even including out the CNN bag or a band from TV. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Band from TV verse, or he got some shit. So that's the only thing about verses, bro. Like that I didn't agree on was including features.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other end, with Beans can do that and have Jay-Z verses.
Yeah.
You know, you feel me? So then it's kind of like that kind of neutralizes everything.
Well, Monty, go listen to Holla, man. Because he's talking real disrespectful and reckless about Bleak right now. Go listen to Holla, man. Stop playing, man. Stop.
Holla was cool.
Don't disrespect Bleak like that, son. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to Holla, man. You know what I'm saying? What they talk freeway, your real name Leslie, man. Holla. Oh, man. 1-900 Hustler. Stop. Look, y'all been mad disrespectful to Bleak, man. That's crazy right now.
Now, who were you most surprised to hear had a ghostwriter during their time?
Oh, man. All right, so this whole conversation came about based off Locks versus Dipset verses. So I did some research and I stumbled upon this article in which it was claiming that Jadakiss wrote Biggie's verse for the last day of Life After Death. So then I read it, and it wasn't just Kiss. Like they had like the whole joint, like alphabetical order for like mad artists. So I just got curious. So I read like Kiss whole joint, bro, and it's like, yo, like Kiss. It said this is what the article said. Kiss wrote Last Days. Kiss wrote More Money, More Problems. Kiss wrote Diddy and Biggie verse and Victory. Right. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's a little different, bro. Cause like now I'm like I got Kiss in my top 10, but I don't want to believe Biggie had ghostwriter, bro. You feel me?
Right.
Like, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't saying that. They be like, oh, this nigga Biggie had a ghostwriter, and like it's not that, bro. I don't even want to believe it.
Right.
So it made me think like, yo, like the same shit with Nas. Like Nas is literally like my 1B, bro. You know what I'm saying? As like my favorite rapper of all time. So like to hear that shit, then like I feel like the kid who just found Santa Claus ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And like the conversation has to be held. Like we gotta address this shit.
Right.
We gotta address this shit. Like I feel like I don't want to believe Biggie had a ghostwriter, bro. But if it's true, then I feel like I'd have to move Kiss higher and put him at another spot.
Now,
Yo, the chat's going nuts right now. Look, they about to crucify us fucking with this shit. Yo, Bo, hit that link, man, because you being wild disrespectful. You understand? Hit that link, man. I'll put that link out there for Bo, man. Bo, hit that link, fam.
Like on some real shit though. Like, yo, I swear to God, like, yo, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna shoot you this in the inbox.
For sure.
But like, yo, like, niggas gotta talk about that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I forgot. Hold on. Like, there's another metrics for MC when it come to Brooklyn dudes and hip hop, man. You understand what I'm saying? I forgot he's a Brooklyn dude. He don't like nobody. You know what I'm saying?
And I
don't like nobody.
I'm biased, nigga. Like, I'm Tupac biased. Like, I'm gonna say Pac all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't give a fuck what nobody said. So I get it.
So what if somebody wrote for Pac?
Nobody ever wrote for Pac.
What if somebody did?
They didn't know.
What if they did?
If they did, then I have to address the situation at hand.
Yeah, I didn't even
like,
I know the Pac niggas coming. I ain't even look into that. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
I some stuff, but I stayed away. Pac niggas be coming for you, boy. No, I'm good.
Nobody wrote for Pac. Nobody wrote for Tupac, bro. Nobody. So like, nigga, like, yo, if I was in New York and I was like, yo, this nigga Biggie had a ghostwriter, yo, niggas probably shoot at me, yo. You
right.
Yo, what if Fader or somebody like that wrote some shit for Tupac, man?
Tupac was writing shit for them niggas.
What if it was the other way around?
Yo, if it was the other way around, then I would have to address it. Like I would have to move him down.
So where does it put, one of your favorite MCs, your top 5 dead or alive, if somebody wrote for him or her?
They're not my top 5 no more.
They out?
They out.
They're gone?
Like I gotta have a whole nother Nas conversation. You feel me?
Right, because this is top 5. Even if you're talking top 10, then that person has to take a different spot. It's a difference between the top MCs and the top rappers. That's 2 different things, and that's what we really need to focus on.
Right.
I used to do this, like, look, I'm telling you, rappers and MCs is 2 completely different things.
That's facts. That's facts. I just feel like if Jay-Z had a ghostwriter, if nigga wrote, like, even though Jay was ghostwriting, if a nigga wrote for Jay-Z, we gotta have a conversation. We gotta talk about that. You know what I'm saying?
Then he moves to that rapper list. I gotta take you off this MC shit. That's that rapper list. And
he instantly becomes a rapper?
Huh?
They instantly become a rapper if they have people write.
Hell yeah. That's it's only fair.
Like, for instance, right? Like, if you told me like Styles wrote a joint for Jada, all right, that don't bother me none. You know what I'm saying? Hypothetically, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Or if you told me like, oh, Ghostface wrote a verse for You God, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, But if it's like a whole nother entity, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, blah, 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 then it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, it just depends on your approach on it. Like, are you mad at nigga for trying to chase the bag, or you the concept of sticking to the principles of this shit?
So, what makes an MC an MC then? Let's go there.
I mean, an MC is an MC anyway. A master.
Is that limited to hip hop? If you have somebody right, is that just hip hop? Is that just a hip hop thing?
I think it's viewed as just hip hop. Like, I mean, R&B, like it doesn't matter. Rock, it doesn't matter. Country,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We got a different set of rules over here. This ain't R&B. This ain't country. We got a different set of standards around this motherfucker. Like,
hip hop is competitive.
Yo, he said You God needed a ghostwriter, yo. This is being disrespectful to You God too. This is awful. It's an awful thing right going on.
Hey man,
I was fucked up.
Oh shit. Awful.
But we saw Roman said something about Cube earlier in the statement he made. What'd you say?
Who? Who's that?
Scarface called out Ice Cube for verses.
Ice Cube was a rapper?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I ain't never heard of him.
But at the same time, this is someone that a lot of people hold in a top 5, top 10.
For what?
But obviously for being a rapper, because his cousin Dell wrote shit on his album. He's got a song called Gangsta's Fairy Tale. Dell wrote that whole song.
Yeah. Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Oh man, see?
It's on America's Most. Yeah, it's on America's Most. Yeah. Nah. Dell wrote that shit.
I ain't know it, man. See?
It's an article, what is it? Ambrosia for Heads. They interviewed Dell about that shit.
Yo, see, I done said that corny ass Ice Cube quote and shit.
There you go. I didn't know he was a rapper. So good.
For real? Really, cousin?
I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him.
Yeah, man. Damn, bro. Like, yo, this is disappointing.
Catch the winning on Bleak today, man. You know what I'm saying?
niggas
winning on Bleak, man.
Niggas fuck with
said Bleak was garbage truck juice.
He wasn't garbage truck juice. He wasn't
not at all.
He just wasn't like I think
winning on Bleak.
Chris is better. Young Chris is better than Bleak.
Oh, speaking of Young Chris, like I mean, since we talking about Jay, like,
yeah,
did Jay's style change a little bit when Young Chris? I'm not saying he wrote shit, But Jay seen some shit like, yo,
a lot of it.
Let me borrow this real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it like that? Oh, I'm gonna use that way. Okay, cool.
Yo, Young Chris is dope.
Oh, for sure.
Young Chris is dope, bro. Like to this day.
I was never a
trash. He was just trash.
You say Chris is trash?
No, he was talking about he's still disrespecting Bleak over here. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, son, that was like 20 minutes ago. What happened?
Damn, son.
Because I brought him back up. He said it was trash. He was trash, not trash. I fuck with Bleak. I'm about to pull out all my Bleak shit. Disrespectful.
Are you doing a mix? You doing a Bleak mix?
Hell yeah, Bleak was a monster. Fuck out of here. Like disrespecting Bleak like Bleak wasn't it.
Yo. Damn, man. Like
He was a good MC and a better person. He was a better person. Like all of the sucker shit that went on, he ain't had nothing to do with none of the sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fall off. He ain't turn his back on his mans. All that. That's just solid. You look, give me a Bleak all day, man. Fuck out of here. Like that's crazy.
That ain't got shit to do with your album. That's who you are.
Yo, I could go through. Hold up, don't make me go through the catalog. So y'all being disrespectful. Talking about Bleak like Bleak was average. Like he was average.
He was cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool, but
y'all
he was
like
never
a lot. Y'all like a lot of average. Y'all like a lot of average niggas, man. That was worse than average. Disrespecting Bleak like that. I'm gonna call him on the phone, son. Like Bleak, yo, they talking crazy about you right now. Wow, crazy. Like you was okay.
The one thing that hurt Bleak, in my opinion, was Beanie Siegel and Cameron. You know what I'm saying? Like them niggas just took over. You know what I'm saying? When they got there, and it was just kind of pushed Bleak to the back.
Right. Where was he gonna fit in that shit?
Right. Like features, you know what I'm saying? Like they had features, you know what I'm saying? Like that worked on, you know, certain albums.
What is wrong with y'all?
Like Bleak was like a first round draft pick, bro, that kind of came out and was just like he averaged like 17 career wise. You know what I'm saying? Like he had some 40-point nights, you know what I'm saying? Here and there, but
and he had some 10-point games too. It'd be like that.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta look at it though. Like you had them Harlem niggas, you got Dipset. That's some Harlem niggas doing their shit.
Yeah,
I call that man Kwame. I call that man the Kwame Brown of hip hop, man.
They never built really a Brooklyn squad at Rockefeller. It was everywhere else but Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It was Jay and Bleak and who else?
Right.
You call early Jim Jones and Bleak on the same level? Man, God damn, y'all are disrespectful.
Hey, yo.
Disrespectful.
Wow. I wouldn't say no shit like that.
Hold on.
Yo, early Jim Jones, like Jim, he wasn't fire. He fired now though. Like Jim Jones got way better as a rapper. He got way better.
Yeah.
Jim Jones fired now, but early Jim Jones was cringy a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of a war, rocking the vest, who is illy shorty alive, I confess. Man, get the fuck out of here, yo.
That's the J song.
Yo, hold up, yo.
Song,
man, fuck that. Hold up.
That's a
Myth Bleak is
That's what I'm saying.
My hood to your hood. What you think of that? My mom, right? Is that your chick? Man, get the fuck out of here. Look, stop, man. Around here, my niggas.
Is that like your chick? Hold on. Let's pause right there. Because I had the leaked version of Jay-Z's Volume 3.
Right.
Bleak wasn't even on that track. It was Jay, Missy, and Twister.
Jay did some disrespectful shit. You know, stop. Don't act
like
he.
No, but I had the leak.
Take niggas off the song. That for the fam. Change the game.
That's a Jay-Z song,
man. Look, I'm talking about Bleak getting busy. Okay, he got busy.
Okay, son, cool. He cool. He cool.
Like he wasn't ass.
Come
Well,
on,
was he Beanie Siegel? Was he Cameron? Nah.
he was better than both of them niggas. Fuck. I'm talking crazy right now. I'm talking crazy right now. Fuck that.
Oh, man. Love is love, man. But come on, man. We got to be real about this. He was better than Cam, man. He was better than Freeway.
Don't go there with Cameron. Leave Cameron off of it. You can say Bings, all right? Leave Cam off of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. We're not going to disrespect Bleak like Bleak was trash, man. You understand?
Like I said the other day, Cam had motherfuckers out here wearing pink. What kind of impact did Bleak have off of what he was doing? He was always like J little nigga. Like, he cool, that's J little nigga. You know what I'm saying? He can hold his own, but he's not that
by
guy.
design.
Yeah, Diplomatic Immunity Volume 1 is bigger than any Bleak album ever.
That's 600 niggas in there versus one dude. Come on, man. Come on, stop.
Cam album too. Any Cam album on Rockefeller.
Look, he disrespectful as hell. Look, this is what he's saying, yo. Look, that's crazy.
Oh,
Crazy.
Yo.
Barely nicer than the milk. Crazy.
Yo. Come on, man.
I hate Bleak.
And that's a Brooklyn dude, just going out of Brooklyn dude, just all this wild disrespectful. Just say he just a little bit better than the mill. What Bleak number at, yo? Hold up, Bleak, man.
You calling him now? You calling him? Oh, look, I don't want no smoke. I didn't say he was whack. I'm just saying he wasn't that nigga.
Niggas never say he was whack, man.
A mill, damn son.
A mill was whack though.
Yeah, I never understood that addition to the team. I know they wanted to get a female, but that addition to the team just didn't make sense.
I can't. So look. I believe that word. Yeah.
But I think as far as the ghostwriting goes, it's certain people that you accept that from, but it takes them out of certain conversations. Like, motherfuckers talk about Kanye, Dr. Dre. Every nigga that ever rapped in their life has written a verse for Dr. Dre. Like, let's be real about that shit.
Right.
Every rapper. Kanye, The List, Consequence, Sci-Hi, Rhyme Fest. I'm sure Pusha T wrote something for that nigga at some point. Drake wrote for him. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
There's certain
This
people.
is wild. Look, he getting mad. Wow, he said Rampage was better than Bleak. Look, come on. Like, look.
I wouldn't go that far.
See, if y'all don't know, this is how verses start. If you conversations like this, then I gotta go get in my crates and pour some shit up, and then niggas gonna be like, no, I can't front. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I can't front. Y'all want me to go get Bleak like that, okay?
Yeah, like, I mean, I like Bleak, yo. I just feel like it was I expected more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said Bleak versus Magoo, yo. What?
Come on, man. You can't do that. Don't do that.
What?
Magoo, nigga.
The bird. The bird's the word. Nah, come on, man.
Yo, let me hold your Metro card, fam. Slide it through the airwaves, man. Let me hold that.
Magoo, bro. Damn.
Just on this Bleak like that.
Yeah, see, he wild. He jumping out. Nigga say Magoo, bro. Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah, that's real bad.
You ain't shining on no label with Hov, just to be honest. You're not shining on no label will hold. Y'all don't believe me?
I mean, I can believe that too. You know what I mean?
How long did you wait? How long did we wait for this J Electronica album? Let's talk about that shit. And who was on there? And who did what?
Was it really a J Electronica album? It seemed like a Jay-Z and J Electronica album. It wasn't a J Electronica nothing.
It was definitely a joint album.
That was teamwork.
It was definitely a joint album.
Not the joint that he already had with Justin Blaze. That never came out. That never came out.
Right.
That never came out. Look, you being even what just wild disrespectful. Look. Come on, son. See? Look.
Oh man.
That's what's up. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, see, I want disrespect Bleak like that, yo. Son, wild disrespectful, yo.
That's my brother. He getting away with it from brother status. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna challenge my brother over some nondescript. You understand? But he gonna put some respect on Bleak's name right here. Okay.
What's another verses, yo? Dollface versus Ice Cube will be fire though.
For what? What he gonna show up and say?
Who, Cube?
Shit.
Yeah. Play what? You could do it. Put your back into it.
He just might. We be clubbing.
That's a cold classic.
You can't be clubbing to the day we die.
You can't disrespect the impact of that song. That's a cold classic. Yeah.
Yo, Jay wrote one verse. Look, this dude is really going like Jay wrote all of the verses. Like he wrote all Bleak whole catalog. Stop, man. Wow. Put that bat signal out, man. Call Bleak up, man. Tell you talking greasy over here.
He might. I don't know, man. I'd have to hear it to memorize it and know it. I don't know, man. I just always expected more out of Bleak. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I did too. Like I said, when I first heard him, I'm like, yo, this about to be that nigga.
Right.
And the thing I think that hurt him as well is Jay gave him a super cosign early on, like, yo, Bleak gonna be better than me and he's gonna be this and be that.
Right.
When Jay says that,
right,
you gotta live up to that.
It's like, yeah, like I said, it's like being the number one pick, and he's like, yo, he gonna be better than Jordan.
Right.
Then he come in there and he averaged 17. You know what I'm saying? It's like trash.
You cool? You cool?
Right.
You part of the rotation, but you're not the guy.
Facts. So it's just one of them things where it's like, yo,
Bleak is better than Jay-Z.
Come on,
Shout
man.
out to Bleak, man. Bleak is better than Jay-Z.
Man,
Right?
Bleak is that joke was fire. And with the Swiss beats, that joke was fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the Swiss Beats era right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That joke was fire.
All right, we about to get a real Brooklyn dude in here. You know what I'm saying? My brother trolling out here. He trolling for conversation's sake. You know, we about to talk about this ghostwriting. Y'all gonna get y'all gonna get some act right when it comes to Bleak. You understand? Disrespectful.
This nigga said,
That man made Nas respond. Okay. Jay ain't do that.
Yeah, he made.
Yo,
now
who put him out of hot? Jay was like, no, I got it.
To do that shit though. Come on, man.
yeah, Jay sent them to do that shit, man.
Your lifestyle's written. Who you supposed to be? A Play your position. Play that.
That was
And at the time, it was like, oh, you doing it like that? Okay. And then next thing you knew, every nigga on Rockefeller had a Nas diss. Every nigga on Rockefeller.
Yo, but Beans when
Nas can't ride on the freeway.
That's statement, yo.
Hold on, my voice was too low. Hold on, let me raise my shit up. Nas can't ride on the freeway.
That state props joint is incredible though. That freestyle session is incredible, yo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that shit is incredible.
Another verses I think would be cool if they did like Beans and Kiss. I take that.
Beans, yo. Only reason you're right. Only they can play each other's disses. You know what I'm saying? But they cool because yo, Beans destroyed Kiss, bro. I love Kiss. Yo, Beans
going at him,
destroyed him, bro. And yo, I still know that shit bar for bar to this day. Because you never saw like Jadakiss don't have a whack verse, bro. Like that's how dangerous Beanie Siegel was, bro. Like Kiss been that nigga for a long time, yo. Like he destroyed Kiss.
Beans went nuts on the jump.
He went nuts.
That was a classic ass shit right there.
Yeah,
man. That was a classic back and forth. Classic back and forth all the way around. You know,
Kiss just picked a bad beat, bro. Like, and then he killed them to his own beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the shit that can kill you, especially when you're dealing with some beef shit. If you choose a bad beat, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. It's all right. You just killed yourself.
Right.
Which one? It was like 65 of them. Which beat you was on? Which beat? The Jigger joint?
Yeah.
That one?
Which one?
With the Jigger that nigga Jigger joint? Which one? Which beat you talking about?
Well, Kiss diss Beans on the DMX joint, and then he had a separate diss. Like the Here We Go again, that joint. I ate too many Beanie Macs. This, that, I forgot what the part was. Like that shit was kind of light, and then he dropped the diss. It was a disco beat. Shit. This was
okay. Yeah, that joint.
Yeah,
that was yeah. You can't be hard. You can't be hard on some shit you was breakdancing to. Like you can't. Yeah,
right.
You can't.
This nigga talking about my pump make you lift up. You know what I'm saying? Make you do a 360 got gas that the government got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just different, bro.
Yo, Beans went crazy on that motherfucking stage.
Yeah.
Acapella.
Yeah.
I bring jihad to his block like Osama bin Laden. C4 doubled up in the wagon while I'm clapping the Magnum. Drop his whole block with a bomb. I was like, whoa. That was nuts, though. That was nuts. Yeah.
Beans are so nasty.
How y'all talk that Pac shit when y'all roll with Big? I was like, ooh, that was crazy. But Jada did do the joint. Acapella joint, and he went to Philly. Look, there it go. Yeah, that was nuts. That's classic hip hop. That's classic hip hop right there. You see what I'm saying? Like,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, but even when you look at the West Coast, like when you looked at like say DJ Quick and MC8 when they was having a problem. Quick had that dollars and cents. Is he the superior rapper? I don't really think so. I think 8 is a little bit better. But that dollars and cents, he was talking that shit and he had the right beat and it became a classic off of that.
Yeah, he went crazy on that if it don't make dollars. Forever to this day, it's still if it don't make dollars, it don't make dollars. But they never had no meetup, no confrontation, no nothing. Like they never even seen each other when this shit was out. So that was kind of like I thought I heard you say some shit, so I said something.
Right.
Like, yo, the nigga Beans interview with Beans, the nigga Beans was like, yo, he used to randomly call Styles P, like, nigga, you better have your gun on you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like where the fuck you at right now, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like I seen that shit. I was like, yo, I seen an interview with Benny Siegel was like, yo, Styles P my favorite rapper. You feel me? And then when the shit kicked off between Rockefeller and Rough Riders, yo, like, nigga was like, both of them niggas said that shit. Like, yo, we used to call each other, like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Where you at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got my gun on me right now.
Right, and that was real shit. That wasn't no whole shit. That was real shit. All of them was with the shit.
Right?
All right. So the longer awaited, highly anticipated conversation. We really got somebody from Brooklyn in the building. You understand what I'm saying? We really got somebody from Brooklyn, not chat trolling. You know what I'm saying? Not chat trolling over here. So let's bring on the interview king. You know, brother, we got a lot of respect for. We've seen him over the years, and we could not, as I said at the beginning, have this conversation without, you know, getting some feedback, some interaction from my brother. Fresh off of Bomb Ass podcast, just hot. I don't even think it's up yet. You understand what I'm saying? Just hot off the presses, hardest working man in the industry. You understand what I'm saying? The man, the myth, the legend, Brooklyn's own Doggie Mother and Diamonds in the building.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's happening?
Ain't none. I just did a show. I forgot that I was supposed to be on here, so my bad for my tardiness. And I sat for an hour with Blizz, and I ain't drink no water. So I'm like, yo, I'm wild thirsty. I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting on the fly. So forgive me. I'm adjusting on the fly. I'm adjusting on the fly. I still ain't drink no water. Then I went up. Stomach was hurting. I'm like, yo, I gotta use the bathroom. So when knowledge hit me, I was like, damn, that is today. So that's what it is. I got up, went to the gym this morning, and took me a little nap. So my day just been a little off. What's up with y'all though? What we talking about?
Ghostwriting and hip hop. After 40 minutes of disrespected Memphis Bleak on here, you understand? The chat went crazy. Everybody was going crazy, disrespecting Bleak. You know what I'm saying? They had a whole Bleak party disrespecting Bleak.
I don't. What's the disrespect? Why?
They said he was trash. They said Bleak was trash.
Stop
they
that.
said, you know,
cousin, stop that.
He didn't live up to no hype. They called him the Kwame Brown of hip hop. You understand? Like it was wild disrespectful. Greasy.
I think he got hit records though. He got hit records.
I think
he does. He has. When you think about an artist, do they have a song that they possibly could perform every weekend somewhere? He might have one or two. I'm not saying he has a catalog. He has a lot of records, but you got to remember, It's That Your Chick? That's his song with Twister, Jay-Z, and Missy, and he has My Mind Right. So people always gonna remember that. He doesn't have bangers, but he has a record that he could perform. And as an artist, you just want to, as an artist, all you need is one song, and you know you can go out every weekend and get some money. Like, what songs do Tag Team got?
Right.
But they could perform. Whoop, there it is for the rest of the. I don't care if they owe the break.
Yes.
You know, and they're going to eat off of that. So you have some people who got a catalog, but they don't got no hits.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know, with all due respect, look at somebody like a Dave East. What's his song? What song does he? If I say to you, yo, you heard Dave East, and you're gonna say, yo, what he made? I'm gonna say, oh, he made an album called. So all right, so what song did he make? I can't name one song.
Right.
Yeah.
And I overheard Dougie Fresh talking to his sons one day, and he was like, yo, until certain individuals make a record, it don't matter how many songs they got. It don't matter how many freestyles they do. Until they make a specific record that you can identify them with, they just making, you know, they spitting in the wind. And I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We, regardless to what, whenever you do something in life, whether it's podcasting, whether it's basketball, it always has to be something that people identify you with that ain't no goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it can't be like, oh yeah, that's the dude that paint his fingernails or something like that. It can't be nothing like that. Hold on one second. Like even if you think about, let's say somebody like a Steven Jackson. Who's Steven Jackson? You'd be like, the dude that fought with Ron Artest. Oh, okay, but he actually was a pretty decent basketball player, but he's not known for basketball. He's known for fighting. You know what I'm saying? Even with myself, I've done thousands of interviews, but at least I can always say, did you see the Max B interview? And people say, yeah, I saw that. Okay, that was me. You know, I got one. At least you just got to have one to identify with. Now, 2021, is them Bleak records relevant? I don't know, because the youth don't know about My Mind Right. They don't care about Is That Your Chick. They barely care about Jay-Z. They damn sure don't care about Twista or Missy. So I think it's for a certain age group, but he still could get bookings, I think, if he was active. But he did getting a co-sign by Jay-Z and don't take it to where Kanye took it, and you are kind of a failure.
That was the actual conversation. The conversation actually was, did Memphis Bleak meet the expectations that we had for him?
Well, I think we might waste his hair time with that.
Look, we might have over. We
got my man on here for a limited time. Let's talk ghostwriting.
No, but look though, we might have had over expectations for him, because we knew he didn't write, right? Okay, we knew he didn't write his rhymes. So when a person don't write their rhymes, they are a creation.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They are a creation of something. So they can only go as far as the creators. He's not the creator. He's a creation. You know what I'm saying? So he did what he was supposed to do. So, I think when Jay-Z so-called retired, he wanted Bleak to be this dude, but Bleak wasn't a star though.
Right.
He wasn't a star, and it's like, I think they wanted something for him that maybe he didn't even really want for himself. I mean, how do you want something and your man got $100 million and shit? You know what I'm saying? And he'd tell you, I'll give you whatever you want. You're not going to work. You know what I'm saying? But ghostwriting, what specific are we talking about ghostwriting?
Now what you just said there, where you said he wasn't a star, that kind of leads into the ghostwriting thing, because for a lot of these guys that are ghostwriters, they don't have the personality. They don't have, you know what I'm saying, the even sometimes the delivery. You might be able to write some shit, but you're not that guy. So I understand the ghostwriting thing, for the ghostwriter, because we always talk about, Jay wrote this, and Nas wrote that, and this guy wrote that. But what about these lower level guys where this is how they eat?
Yeah. Only two ghostwriters that I know that was successful would of course be Jay-Z, Biggie, Royce the 5'9", and Nas, but we don't really know Nas' pen too much. Like, we hear that Nas might have wrote this and Nas might have wrote that. We don't really know what he really wrote. We kind of know what Jay-Z wrote. We know what Biggie wrote because we heard reference tracks. But Royce the 5'9" wrote a lot of stuff too, and then you do have lower level ghostwriters who wrote some shit and you don't even know that, you know what I'm saying? And then DOC, had he not got into the accident, he probably would be the top ghostwriter, you know what I'm saying? Because he penned a lot of that stuff too,
And that's somebody I kind of want to touch on for a second. Like, DOC got done so dirty in this.
I don't think he got done dirty. He got into an accident.
Nah, it's more than that, because when they put that whole Death Row thing together, he actually owned about 20% of that and didn't know it. They knew it and wasn't giving him the cut. They had him under paperwork as an artist and weren't giving him.
Who fault is that though?
Huh?
Who fault is that?
Oh, no, it's definitely his fault. That's definitely his fault. But if we supposed to be homies, if I'm messing with knowledge and he owns a part of something.
No. Listen, let me tell you something. All that brotherhood and homie shit go out the way when it comes to money, pussy, and opportunity. That brother shit.
It's the 10 crack commandments.
With me, it doesn't, because I'm not ruled by pussy, money, or opportunity. I'm gonna get that whether I'm by myself or with people. But with some people, we start having new friends, we start having new circles, and then once new people come in, they start saying, "Well, yo, Killa, I think you should be getting this, man. How that nigga just bought that car?" Not knowing that he might have been saving for fucking 3 years. But again, then the pocket watchers come, then the women come in, and y'all living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and you just bought a house, and then they say, well, where's the money going? Once you start involving people in your business and they start asking questions outside of your relationship, there's always going to be a problem. So I don't think DOC got done dirty, because you got to remember, he was a veteran in the game. He wasn't no new dude. I think new artists get done dirty, but when you a vet and you talking that homie shit, ain't your homie? Did you grow up with him?
Right.
I feel you on that. And he was, and I've heard him say himself, yo, that's my fault because I should have been on my paperwork. I should have been on this. I should have been on that. But when you look back and it's like, yo, you wrote Ain't Nothing But a G Thing.
Right. Right.
You done wrote damn near every song on the Chronic and you still ain't got shit to show for it.
Right.
So is that Suge fault or Dre fault?
No, that's DOC's fault.
No. But, okay, but it's his fault. It's his fault overall, right? But who should have made sure he got his paper?
Sure.
But Dre was a partner too, and Dre is your man. So is he still with Dr. Dre to this day?
For sure. Yeah.
So why he ain't killed Dr. Dre? I mean, being real, that was a partner.
Yeah.
Him and Suge was partners, so Suge couldn't do nothing that Dre didn't sign off on.
Right.
So why he ain't killed Dr. Dre? Don't be saying, oh, Suge. No, your man's had to sign off too. When you didn't get your paper, your man didn't sign off on you getting your paper.
That's true.
Right.
True.
Absolutely.
So Suge just became the boogeyman. So he became the scapegoat for everything. While Dre did a lot of fuck shit too, but nobody ever says that. Yeah, nobody never says that.
Right.
Everything gets blamed on Suge, but now Suge is out of the equation. He's been in prison for a long time. Death Row is defunct. Hasbro own it. Why didn't DOC get his paper?
Right.
Because Dre got money to say, you know what, Doc? You did so much. Here goes 15 million.
Right.
Can't be blaming Suge. That Death Row shit, it was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
The 90s was 21 years ago.
Yeah.
People don't even realize that shit. This was 21, 22 years ago. So we still talking about Suge this, Suge that. If he wrote G Thing, Dre know he wrote it because he had to do reference vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew your man should have got taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't take care of your man.
91. Yeah, that's 30 years.
You didn't take care of your man, so it's your fault, and you still with him. So it's no way that I'm gonna be around somebody and they hit $1 billion, and I might not be where I need to be, or I wasn't fairly compensated. I'm pushing you. Let's just keep it real. I'm gonna go to your crib and lose it all. I just am because you can't look, and this another thing as men. You can't pacify me. You can't buy me no fucking car. You can't here goes a Rolex. You can't do that. I ain't no bitch.
Right.
Give me mine.
Right.
I need my points on the package.
Facts.
Because that $20,000 check they give you,
I don't even want no points sometimes. Listen, bro, I don't even want no points sometimes. Give me mines in my hand. Because even with the points, sometimes you take points and the album flop. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Give me mines. Give me mines. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have time. Because now when we dealing with the points, now I got to chase my money and find my money. Now I got to worry about, did the mechanicals come in? Did the residuals come in on here? No, give me mine now. You worry about all that shit later. Give me me. I need about 20 M's right now. That's it. That's it. Because then when you take the points and you take percentages, then they start playing and hiding the money. Then they take the album and license it in Israel, and you didn't even know, and they sold platinum over there, and now you're not getting none of that Israel money. So they start playing games. Right. Again, when it comes to this business, a lot of people don't know the business. They regurgitate opposed to researching, right? And we hear so much shit, but I was taught to, get your money now. Because it's going to cost you money to find your money. It's going to cost you money to chase your money. And by the time you pay to chase your money and find your money, you're ready to settle. But you done spent more than you got. And then the lawyer got to get a third of that. So if you chasing money and the label owe you $30 million, they're going to drag it out. You're going to have to keep filing, which is going to cost you bread because they got big lawyers. They're going to drag it out 5-6 years. And then you might not have filing money no more. So after a while, they be like, we'll settle for $30,000. And you like, damn, all right, I'll take that 30K. And the lawyer's, all right, what's on my third? So now you only got like 20.
Right.
But you might have put more than 30K and you just like, fuck it, let me just break even. So again, I tell people, get your money. Don't be talking about, and I'm getting this off $1 and I'm getting, okay, so now what happens when they say, well, you didn't do this? How do you know? Now you're trying to get them to open the books. They don't want to open the books. Now you got to hire a lawyer to fight their lawyers, and all their lawyers is down together. You in trouble. Get your money. If you could get yours, look, when Jay-Z, what he said, when he sold Rockaware, he's like, yo, give me mines in cash. Just give me mine. Just give me all my money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think we think when it comes to this business and you dealing with that legal shit, and then you got legal, you got paperwork, then you got legalese. None of us speak legalese.
None of us.
So you got a contract that on page 1, it says something, but on page 7, it says something that contradict what it said on page 1. Now, what take precedent? What it said here or what it said there? You know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of people run into. So it probably said, yeah, DOC, you're going to get this off of each record. And he might have got money. Yeah, you get $2,500 for writing the verses. But he didn't realize, but you ain't getting no pub. You understand what I'm saying? So he might have straight up and down signed over his rights, or what they got now in the industry is called, well, they always had called a work for hire.
Yeah.
So you could have went there and strummed the hell out of that guitar, and you like, yo, I played. You ain't get you not. No, you're not a part of the publishing because you was a work for hire. No, you got $60 an hour.
Right.
So you don't get no back end. You was a work for hire. All these songs, think about it. On the whole Chronic, you hear Jewel singing on everything. You hear Jewel's on everything. You hear Nate Dogg on stuff. You don't. That was a big selling album. Right. You know what I'm saying? But where's their money? They was work for hires. They probably just got some Popeyes chicken, some weed, and all that, and they was in the studio vibing. But how did they ensure that when they sell this, I'm gonna get PC? They didn't. You was a work for hire, and that's how they be doing. Like even with some ghostwriters, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no pub. You gave me this song, and I gave you $7,500. So some people could write, and they so destitute. You put money in their face, they like, damn, that's like $2,500 over $5,000. Shit, I'm lit, but you don't know this song go on to sell. You ain't getting nothing. You just signed. You just gave your song away.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Y'all gotta talk. I talk too much.
We talk about ghostwriting. So
okay.
Speaking about the Locks versus Dipset. I Googled some things. I stumbled across this article, and it was a list of ghostwriters. On the list, it stated that Jadakiss wrote "More Money, More Problems," "Last Days," Biggie's verse for "Victory." Well, basically, pretty much the whole joint for "Victory."
That's a lie.
See, and that's kind of lie. Came about.
He probably wrote Diddy's verse. Why would he write Biggie verse? Biggie ain't even write.
All right, see.
How could you write for somebody who don't write? And how could you write for the ghostwriter?
Right. And
if you hear the rhyme scheme, if you hear the way he rap, that's not Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? You can tell how some of them write. The gift that some ghostwriters have, they don't rap the way they write. So you wouldn't think Jay-Z wrote Still Dre, because that's sound like Dr. Dre wrote it.
As fuck.
Yeah. So when you hear Little Kim and she's like, I bet you Biggie fuck him, and you just like, yo, Big wrote that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Source Money, like Missing You. That's not how Source Money raps.
Yeah.
The Message for Dr. Dre. That's not how Royce the 5'9" raps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Jadakiss raps the same way on everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like, yo, I read it and I just felt the way, man. I was like I called Knowledge that day. I was like, yo, like I felt like I just found out Santa Claus ain't real. You feel me? I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in the world niggas right for Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, ain't right. No, it's bullshit. That's BS. I think. Well, when you look up publishing and you look up ghostwriting and you look up songs, it's gonna have all the writers on the song.
Right.
So if that song says, I think his name is Jason Phillips, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It might say Jay Phillips, but it's gonna have that C. Wallace in there, and that C. Wallace gonna be first.
Absolutely.
Oh, so yeah, so he didn't write it.
I literally checked it today. It's Styles P, Jada, Biggie, and Sheek.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Like, all of them got credit on the song. So
Yeah,
I was,
he's not nice enough to write for Biggie though. He's not nice enough. I mean, when you think of Biggie's style, Biggie, this again, you have artists, and I know what makes them special. Some people rap to the beat. So whatever the beat is doing, that's what they do. Biggie was one of them. Biggie never rapped the same on nothing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z don't rap the same on nothing. That's really it. Everybody else has a style. Jay-Z will adapt to whatever the beat is doing. Biggie used to rap to all types of different beats. And then you have some artists, but you could hear DMX sound. DMX rap this. You know what I'm saying? There was certain artists that had a sound, and you hear the beat. Well, that sounds like some Mobb Deep shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the beat. But Jay-Z and Biggie, they rap to all types of beats, dark beats, like bright beats, R&B sounding beats. You know what I'm saying? Even Fab early on used to rap the same on everything, but then later on, Fab was just rapping to all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But even Mace used to rap to mad different types of beats. You know what I'm saying? But the Locks had developed a sound, and Jadakiss, if you take this verse from here, the first verse from here, the third verse from 4 songs, and the second verse from the 6th song, you could put one record together because he has the same content in every record. He's always going to talk about what color clothes he got on, the whip, the color miracle whip. You know what I'm saying? It's the same content. You know what I'm saying? It's dope as hell. We ain't saying it's whack, but it's the same content. Biggie would rap, and you like, yo, where, sky's the limit. Like what made you come up with that? You know what I'm saying? And then the hook and the chorus and the beat, it just certain people had it. You know what I'm saying? Certain people had it. Even Kanye, to a certain extent, don't rap the same way on everything. You know what I'm saying? He raps to whatever.
There's a reason for that, though.
Well, he don't. That's not his pen on everything either, though.
Right.
Yeah, it's not his pen. It's not his pen. That's not Jim Jones' pen. It's a lot of people where it's not their pen, but hip hop kind of started out with it wasn't their pen.
Right.
The biggest song in hip hop history is Rapper's Delight, and that's not Big Bang Hank's pen. That's Casanova. You know what I'm saying? On Grandmaster Caz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So do we knock them for it not being a pen? How do we judge that?
I feel like I feel like it's a case by case basis. I think it just depends on.
No, you can't move the goalposts. You can't move the goalposts, bro. The rules are the rules.
Nah, I mean, the rules are the rules. The rules are the rules.
Oh shit!
If you got a ghostwriter, I mean, that is like I said, like the whole Biggie situation. Like I was really distraught the past couple of days, thinking that.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was distraught about that shit because I'm like, I don't want to believe that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way.
I bet you Biggie name was first though.
I should have screenshot it.
Biggie name. I bet you it was first.
I want to say
it's gonna be first. Easy Mo B taught me that matters, the positioning of your name on the credit too.
Right. Right.
It's a lot with that. But you can't move the goalposts on the ghostwriter. This is how I feel about ghostwriting. A lot of people are not good writers. Some people are good orators. Some people have what we used to call they got flavor. Like they got the voice, they got the look, they got the mannerism. Some people, you put that rap in front of them and they really transform into who you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, a group that I was very, very close to, and I'm still closer to this day, the youngsters. That wasn't a pen early on, but you couldn't tell that they performed their ass off. You know what I'm saying? And they sounded dope. But then it's somebody like a Diddy where it just sounds like he's reading off the paper to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when you listen to the Benjamins, if Styles P kicked that first verse, would that be the same record?
No.
Right.
Because the star power would have been gone off the record. Right. The star power at that time was Diddy, Lil' Kim. And when Biggie came on, I hated the way that beat changed. Oh my God. I wish he had a rhyme to that original beat. But Puff was the star power because he was this Diddy dude at the time. And, I always knew he was going to rap. I always knew he was going to rap. I'm talking about 1991. I'm like, yo, that nigga want to rhyme.
Right.
People would be like, no, he said, look, and then when he came with the Dolly My Baby, I said, I told you. But that wasn't his pen. That was Jesse West's pen. That's why he sounded like Sonny Caesar from Onyx. Remember, he had the bald headed Puff Daddy Hop. Stick to You know what I'm saying? Because Onyx was hot. And Jesse West, that was his pen. You know what I'm saying? So how I feel about ghostwriting is this. You're an artist. Most R&B singers don't write their songs, right?
Right.
Your performance, as long as it's up to par, but don't be saying you the best rapper. That was my issue with Jim Jones going at Conway.
Yeah, that's
we know that's Conway's pen.
Yeah.
That's not your pen. You cannot say, you can't say, I'm the best rapper because he wrote it for me. That don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, we'll kick your ass. Yeah, y'all probably will, but I'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So again, but when we compare the career, when we compare the songs, Jim Jones is a better artist than Conway. Why? Because he's been around for a while and he actually has hit records that we're going to remember forever. So in that category, no wins. But when you start saying, put up that booth, I'm nice, and don't do that.
Yeah.
Relax and be happy that you overachieved. Because you overachieved. Fact. Be happy that you overachieved. Fact. You know what I'm saying? And the overachieving sometimes make us start believing a little bit more than we should believe. You start saying shit like I'm nicer, or you know, my pen. And even when you think about like somebody like a Bleak, I never thought Bleak was a star. I just never believed it.
Exactly. He was cool. He fit where he was supposed to fit. But
he was the coming of age dude, and it should have stopped right there.
Yo, that's
we back at
after hearing the coming of age. I feel like it did him detriment because it was like, yo, you hearing that? That's what I was expecting it from the album. You feel me? I didn't even think it was dope. I think part 2 was better. And if you know the backstory behind coming of age, that's really supposed to be Shaheem. So Shaheem, if Shaheem was on coming of age, we wouldn't even be talking about Memphis Bleak ever.
Yeah, nothing at all. Nothing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be talking. But ghostwriting, I mean, that's not Foxy's pen on a lot of stuff. Right. You know y'all know who wrote Ain't No Nigga, right?
Was it Soul Spider? No. I've seen that shit. I don't know right offhand though.
Smooth the Hustler wrote that verse.
Yeah.
In my interview. Remember, she's from DR period Kent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Smooth the Hustler wrote that. So again, we wouldn't remember, but remember, historically, Smooth the Hustler was nice. And when you think about hip hop in New York City, Smooth was AZ, Jay-Z, Smooth the Hustler, Biggie. Right. This was nice dudes, you know. It wasn't even Sean Price. It was like Steel from Smith & Wesson. People was like, with that pen, got busy. You know what I'm saying? But Smooth and Trigger was up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They was up there with the pen. So you wouldn't even think that he wrote that. You know what I'm saying? You would automatically think Jay-Z wrote it, but Smooth told me he wrote that. That interview was out there somewhere. So again, look how he created her career.
I remember that.
Yeah, look how he created her career. Again, but couldn't really.
Did she steal that shit off Affirmative Action, or did he write that one too?
I don't know. I would have to ask him.
You know 16 top and a half.
Nah, that joint. That couldn't have been Foxy, man. I don't think that was Foxy.
Nah, I mean, you know,
I know the concept. Like when you start getting to little
you start hearing Smooth, you start hearing people. Yeah. But see, the deal is this, right? Like when you really think about it, she had it though, right. You couldn't have gave them rhymes to Mia X. Can't even give them rhymes to rap. That's my issue with Rhapsody. A lot of people like Rhapsody. I just think Rhapsody is boring. Mm-hmm. I never say she can't rap, but she's boring to me. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that she does is the same monotonous sound and stuff. Is nothing that, you know, jumps out at me. You know what I'm saying? And then you have, and people keep forgetting that, you know, you could rap, but it's almost like the same knock that people had with Talib Kweli. He can rap,
Yeah.
Some of that shit was just boring and monotonous. You know what I'm saying? The same knock could have happened for Guru had not DJ Premier provided a certain soundtrack that enhanced the voice.
That's
right.
So he knew how to work with Guru, but when you're dealing with Talib and he's dealing with different producers, because you notice when he worked with High Tech strictly, you got it.
Yeah.
Because High Tech knew how to work with his, you know, his with his sound, you know. But with Mia X, I don't think her and Ninth Wonder was able to connect, because nowadays people don't care if you can rhyme. It's everything that comes with that. Like, so a lot of times we'd be like, yo, she's nice. And I'd be like, yo, but that shit is boring though.
Yeah.
And then again, it goes back to this. You mentioning people's name. What song did she make? Can't name a record. You know what I'm saying? You can't name a record. And again, that's the biggest thing with anybody who do anything. You just need one thing that's identifiable, and then you work from that. But you can't be 4 projects in and we don't know one song. Because what are you performing? When you get booked, people gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Doggie. What's the situation in which you learned of someone having a ghostwriter and you was disappointed?
I can't tell. I will never tell you. I'll never tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you something though. This possibly could be the biggest scandal in hip hop history of who I learned wasn't writing their rhymes. Knowledge might know. I think he knows. If he tell you that's on him, I'm never gonna tell. But I heard what I heard, and I was like, that changes. And all I would say is that it's not Nas or Jay-Z or Biggie. Okay. But oh man, like you look well, and then there's also controversy behind, did Ghostface write Supreme Clientele? Lord Superb wrote it.
Is that controversy, or is that like that's
it might listen, I've had different people tell me that it's real, that Superb did write it. They will never go on record and say it. They will lie. You know what I'm saying? Because where they fit in certain situations, but I could, like me, I study stuff and I listen to stuff and I be like, yo, I know his cadence. That's not your cadence. That's his cadence. Like, it's a song by Ghostface I think it's called The Jukes, if I'm not mistaken. Listen to that record and you're gonna be like,
that's off Supreme Clientele?
No, I don't even know what that's off of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might have been off that. And it's a look, like I said, I be having to talk a little coded when it comes to certain things, because all I'm gonna say, it was certain people who would know certain things that verified certain things to me. And I was like, wow. And he was like, nah, yo, for real.
Well, Monty said you're logging off. Don't log off now. Y'all was talking all that crazy reckless about please.
But I will say,
don't log off now.
But I will say, if the world ever finds out about this next individual, it forever changes the landscape of hip hop. It just does. Man. You know what I'm saying? It just does. And I'm not gonna front. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because why does this individual what do they have the reason to lie? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, it'd be a lot of people that be getting held in high regards and they nice. And I'd be like, yo, but that's not their pen.
Right.
There's not their pen. It's not, Bomani, no, it's not Tupac, Biggie, or Jay-Z or Nas. You know what I'm saying? All of those individuals, besides Pac that I know of, wrote for other people. Nas has wrote for people. Biggie has wrote for people, and Jay-Z we know have wrote for people. But I'm saying this right here will really, really, really rock hip hop to the core. Because a lot of times people be listening and be like, yo, he nice. And I'd be like, y'all only knew what I knew.
Damn, son.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you look at MCs that you know, well, rappers that you know who have had ghostwriters, that people might have in a top 5, top 10, does that for you make you want to drop them back because you know, hey, someone was talking somebody else's shit?
Well, you can't be a top MC. You could be a top rapper though.
Right.
You be a top rapper.
Yeah.
Like Drake is one of the top rappers, but you can't call him an MC because we heard reference tracks. You are forever. I don't care if you write the hottest record ever. We don't know. Once we hear, listen, if you hear somebody Ghost wrote an interview for me, if you hear questions that somebody else had, I'm not saying it. You're gonna look at me like, yo, you got them questions for somebody. Like I could tell y'all that it's interviews out there that you saw that I ghost wrote. And this is a fact. This is an actual fact. It is times where people used to hit me and say, I need questions, send me some questions. And I'm like, damn, how do I write questions for people? I never wrote a question down. Right. You know, all the interviews I did, I've never wrote a question down. Not one time. I don't write questions down. So I'm like, damn, how do I write something that I don't write? And the only reason why I wrote questions down one time, I was interviewing Ghostface in about this was probably 2001. I was interviewing Ghostface. This is the audio interviews where you do the audio and then you got to scribe it out. Mm-hmm. I wrote 12 questions down. He answered all 12 questions in one answer. Damn. So that let me know you can't write questions down.
After that, what you gonna do?
You have to freestyle. You know what I'm saying? And when you do interviews, there should never, ever be a pause from you. The artist can pause. Right. You can never say, it's something I wanted to ask you, but I lost my thought. Mm-hmm. Yo, I'ma holler. That's how I be, yo. I'ma holler. You playing. You playing. You know what I'm saying? And when you do an interview, you should know when the person is uncomfortable, they're excited. You should know when to back off, and you should know when to probe. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people come and the first thing they want to do is like, so yo, what's up with your beef with such and such? You're getting shut down. Right. You have to, because people always say, yo, people tell you everything. They just open up to you because again, you didn't come here feeling like you're getting attacked. You came here. It's just what my interviews are is really just a public phone conversation. This is what we would talk about on the phone, or we were just building. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you're being scrutinized. You don't feel like you're under the interrogated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's certain things that people don't want to talk about. Certain things that's very triggering. You know what I'm saying?
My conversations turned into interviews, huh?
Yeah, because what I do in every title of the video, I go over it with the artist. I never title a video a certain way. I go over it. I say, yo, look, this way I'm trying to go with it. What you think? Oh, nah, I don't do that. And I'll be like, yo, listen, man. We're not doing interviews to do interviews. We doing perfect example. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I just did an interview with Apparel. Apparel has not did an interview probably in like 3 years. Right. Now I think the interview got 8,000 views because it's Apparel. People didn't hear from him a while. But the title I wanted to put, it would be at 80,000. But he didn't want to go with that title. And I'm like, I'm going to teach you something right now that I don't do interviews for my health. I don't sit down and talk to somebody for an hour because people are like, you did it for views. Well, what the fuck else you do it for? Then you do it for views. Like when people be like, oh, he did this for views. If the view is under it, then what else you do it for though? Like only time I think you don't do it for the views is when you're clickbaiting and you're sensationalize something that doesn't even exist in the interview. So if y'all do this interview, rather if you title this video, Doggie Diamonds speaks on Jim Jones really being whack and Conway is better than him. I never said that. But I could understand how that would get views. That is doing it for the views. But if I had a video where I said Jim Jones is delusional when it comes to Conway, that's what the fuck I said. That is right and exact. But if I did a title of the video and it says Jim Jones versus Conway, I think Conway is better. Ain't nobody clicking that.
Yeah.
And I keep telling everybody, this is a secret that I give away. I keep telling everybody, you eat with your eyes, You fuck with your eyes. You read papers with your eyes. You read headlines with your eyes. If it's not appealing, if it doesn't grasp you, you're not going to mess with it. So when these interview things was in its inception, it used to say Sky Zoo interview.
That's it.
I went from Sky Zoo speaks on. So now you know, hold on, he about to.
Right, because it gives us some context.
It gives us some context. Now we could go back. We could go look. Where you think World Star Nolan got that? They got that from me because I'm like, no, I got to give you a teaser. I got to let you know. Now look, he might have said that shit like 45 minutes into a 46-minute interview.
Right.
But so what? He still said it though.
Right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, Sky Zoo speaks on not wanting to work with Torre ever again. That's how I gotta sell it. I can't say Sky Zoo interview. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. They don't have time. That's why even when they watch interviews, sometimes they be like, give me timestamps. When did he say this? And you'll see in the comments at 32 minutes is where the real interview starts, because people have attention span of flies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to know how to market and promote your interview. That's why when I do interviews, they're successful. So again, I can share my screen too. I keep forgetting. Oh shit. I know what I'm doing over here. I'll show y'all something.
Shout out Sky Zoo too, man.
Yeah, that's my dude. You know what I'm saying?
Sky Zoo fire, man.
But I'm gonna show y'all something really quick on my channel. No, we don't want that to play. No, Luke Kim. Why is the same two thumbnails on these videos? Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something really quick. Hell real. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen really quick. Y'all can see that, right?
Yeah.
So look, it says Hell Rell speaks on new album Golden Triangle, his spiritual awakening and loyalty. Now, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Nobody don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. You were just in a situation where you got publicly humiliated.
Right.
They want to know, why have you not been on the Dipset stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell him, look, I'm naming it this because you're saying, but I wanted to put Hell Rell speaks on 50 Cent trying to sign him to G Unit during the Cameron beef. You're going to click that.
You're going to click that. Absolutely.
You're not clicking those spiritual awakenings.
Absolutely.
So again, that's why the views suffer. That's why it's at, like I said, 8,000 views opposed to 80. But again, I go over titles with the artist and whatever they feel comfortable with, because they got to be willing to stand on that shit, that whatever it say. Me, I'm going to stand on whatever because I ain't scared of nobody. You know what I'm saying? And anything that came out your mouth as a man, you should be ready to stand on it anyway. You said it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference with a lot of this stuff. So it's like, even with all facets of this entertainment thing, there's a ghostwriter. Like, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? There's a ghostwriter. Even with the director could be a ghostwriter, because y'all wasn't gonna do that shit till he come and said, yo, do this and do this.
Right.
It's just when it comes to rap, it's so solo.
Right.
But you don't know how many times it was 10 dudes in the studio and everybody was giving them lines.
Right. And that takes me back to an interview you did with Brother Marquise from 2 Live Crew.
Yep.
And he was talking about how him and Fresh Kid Ice pretty much wrote everything. And
nobody cared.
Nobody cared. And really, I didn't know them dudes was East Coast. I thought they was some Miami cats. I didn't know they was East Coast dudes till you did that interview.
But again, I do those interviews like that because of the horror stories of this culture is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And what was done to us, and a lot of people were dying broke. A lot of people didn't get fairly compensated for their work. And again, we have the mentality that when you're dealing with lawyers, that's automatically snitching. Just really think about that. If you do something to me, not even physically, we had bad business, right? And I sue you, people will call me a snitch.
Yeah.
This is the mentality of what we deal with. So again, many people are entitled to stuff, but they don't even try to get it because they like, nah, they're gonna call me a rat. You know what I'm saying? So if we have property together and you jerk me out of the property, how else I'm gonna get it? I can't kill you. I have to sue you.
Right.
But nowadays it's like, yo, he filed a lawsuit. He a snitch.
Right.
This is the mentality. So a lot of dudes ghost wrote shit and they not getting nothing because when you see DOC files lawsuit against Dr. Dre, we go, yo, that's his man. Why would he do that to his man? But why would his man do that to him?
Right.
Yeah.
You got $1 billion.
Right.
You listen, you can find, this is the thing about money, right? Because in this industry, we deal with OPM. OPM stands for other people money. So when you got what you got in your bank account, you never want to touch your money. You're always trying to find a check somewhere to give somebody. So in the case of like Source Money and Jay-Z, he might ask Jay-Z for money. He know he got it, but he won't give it to him. He'll try to find him a check. You know what I'm saying? You write missing you. You write it. They want me to write it, but I'm gonna let you write it because you could eat. But then letting him eat, Puff play games. You know what I'm saying? And then now he's trying to sue him, and it's just very, very unfortunate that again we don't know the business because we love the art, and there's so many people that's just about to eat off you. You have no idea, and you're just like the dumb artist who just wants to work. You just want to be heard. You just want to be seen. But as you want to be seen and heard, somebody's making money off you. So now you have these dudes that's running around because what these dudes really do, what ghostwriters really do, they sell songs.
Right.
They don't sell verses. They sell songs. They'll come to you with a whole song.
Mm-hmm.
So something that you scripted, like I know who wrote All the Way Up. So Fat Joe tried to tell me nobody ghost wrote him, but I know who wrote All the Way Up.
Oh nah.
So what you talking about?
I believe that.
But I can show you a DM exchange between me and him. Yeah, people saying Big Pun wrote for me, but I've been writing my own stuff for 20. No, you have not. Stop. And it's cool if you don't write because the music is still dope. Like we're not judging you for that. But again, it's the ego saying, yo, I'm one of the nicest. I'm one of the nicest. I'm one of the nicest. You're one of the nicest orators. You're one of the nicest regurgitators, but it's not your pen.
Yeah.
And that, I don't deduct points from somebody for having a ghostwriter. I only deduct points from you is when you are revered as one of the GOATs, or you say you're one of the greatest. I'm like,
that's the thing. When you say you one of the GOATs, now I gotta go back through your paperwork and be like, hey, cuz this dude, that other guy, the dude you met at the grocery store, all these motherfuckers wrote for you. So how can you be?
Because could we say that Little Kim is not one of the GOATs? She is.
She is. Yeah.
She is. You know what I'm saying? But Rhapsody allegedly writes all her rhymes. But she's still not better than Little Kim.
I mean, it come to Rhapsody, like it's more so of it's a visual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's how she's marketed.
That's not fair though. That's not fair though. It's only because she's a woman.
It's not.
It's only because she's a woman. Because when we look at women, we just say, well, we fuck them or not.
Yeah, true. That's true.
That's really it. We look at them and say, oh, nah, I beat that. So whatever come out her mouth don't really matter because I hit.
Like with Rhapsody's dope. Like she could rap. Like her ability and everything, her product, her message and all that, I don't question. I think the way she's marketed is.
But would you fuck?
I don't know. Her clothes be too loose.
See, that's it. But that's it. See, and I'm telling you, that is it.
Her clothes be too loose. You know what I'm saying? I got.
But under them loose clothes might be some fire. But off the muscle, think about it as a man. Just as a man, dudes have gotten drunk. It might have piped a 4 before. You know what I'm saying? Or off the yak. With no hesitation, because off that yak, that 4 was like a 9, right?
All night long.
But listen, emphatically, he said, I don't know. That's rare because dudes are just like, yo, look, you gonna find something. You're gonna be like, yo, she got DSLs, or you was like, I don't know. That's how bad it is, though. Think about it. It gotta be real bad for a dude to say, I don't know. Because we all have just taken one for the home team, or just like, yo, whatever, yo, I was bent, yo, I had Henny and I had vodka. Niggas like, oh no, I understand why you did it. But when you say I don't know, you didn't even say yeah off that yak. You didn't even say yeah if I smoke. You was like, yeah, I don't know. That's rare when it comes to a woman. That means you will not do it. Because at the end of the day, we just like, yo, look, man. I ain't saying yes, but I ain't saying no though. But when you like, yo, I don't know because I closed again. But we looking at other women that came in the culture. We didn't even hear one rhyme, and you like, yo, damn, I knocked that down
for sure.
So again, that's why her raps will never matter because we judge her off of because we judge her off of whether we would pipe. So she gotta have been. No, and it's very unfortunate, but yo, that's just life. I mean, I mean, if look at it like this, if Biggie didn't put on Versace and he didn't get tailored, he wouldn't have got no pussy neither.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He would have got groupie love, which you get groupie love in the hood,
right?
But he wouldn't have been revered as this big sex symbol, dude. It was the packaging. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Rhapsody, the packaging is just all wrong, and she don't even have to be sexy, but she has to have sex appeal.
Right, and that's it right there. That's it right there.
Now me, I'm the type of dude. How I think, I'm like, listen, nobody else want to hit. I do it. She probably got that fire. But that's me though.
But she ready too. She ready.
But you ain't gonna be like, yo, that's my wife.
Nah, right, yeah, fact.
See, that's the difference, and that's what females have to go through. So when Little Kim come out and she talking about Janet Jack me, take it in the bud and all that, and you like, oh shit, like yo, like, I'm trying to.
It's not like the same thing with like MC Light. You know what I'm saying? Like you later on in MC Light career, they tried to market her different. They tried to make her sexy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit ain't.
But you would have always took Light down though.
I would have hit MC Light.
Why? But because she had a style though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She had a style and she had a look to her. And then really, really doing the knowledge to it, that shit was manly, but you didn't know because she still had the door knockers. She still had the hairstyles and all that. Right. But when you start really looking, gotta get a roughneck. That was really her element. That's who she was. She was like, this film allegedly gay girl, because that's really allegedly who she really is. You know what I'm saying? So when they tried to market her and show cleavage and she got married, you like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come on, man. I might have been born that night, but it wasn't last night. But she's another one that wasn't her pen.
Yeah. See?
So is MC Light not one? First of all, it ain't too many females where it was they pen.
Yeah.
That's just a fact in hip hop. But was she not one of the nicest ever?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Latifah pen either. See? You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Latifah pen. And people would be surprised who pen that was. That was Apache.
Apache, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that was Apache. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So again, we when it comes to women, they don't stand a chance because we just look at them of whether we were hit or not. And if we were hit, she could get on there and rap like 357. We don't care. We was just like, yo, they got big asses in the spandex. You know what I'm saying? And one of them had a mustache. Real talk. Remember 357? One of them had a mustache.
Right.
But them biker shorts and them bubbles was so big, we even looked past the mustache. We was like, yo, she got a little mustache. She might have to get that wax. But yo, she got a fatty. And they was rapping like female hammers. But we just looked and was like, yo, I'll hit that. Now, if you see them now, you probably be like,
oh,
nah, she look more like Freddie Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm good. But back then, again, and with men, they don't really have to go through that. You know, you throw a nigga in a white tee and some jewelry and a hat, you know, he's clean. You know, with women, it's a lot of maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what the key to success to every the key to success? Let me see if y'all know this trivia. What's the key to make any fear? And this is a jewel that I've been secretly trying to tell chicks, and they don't listen to me, and I think it's funny because you're not gonna ever be shit. But what makes every female artist successful? What do they all have in common? Go. We can start with knowledge. What do you think it is?
A crew.
Rome, what you think it is?
What makes every female artist successful?
Yes. What do they all have in common that made them successful?
I'm gonna say imagery.
You on the right track. Anything specific?
Sex appeal.
Titties and vagina, nigga. That's
like sex appeal. Like anything.
Sex appeal?
Sex-
Killa, what makes every artist successful, female artist successful?
every female artist successful.
Every female artist that was successful, they all had the same thing in common. What was it?
A good budget. I don't know.
Wrong answer. Every female artist in the history of music that was successful, it was because of their hair.
Oh, wow.
Toni Braxton, her hair. Tina Turner, her hair. Shaka Khan, her hair. Eve, her hair. Remy Ma, blonde bang, black bang, her hair. Little Kim, the wigs. Foxy Brown, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, certain hair color. It's always the hair. So I tell every artist that come out that's a female, find a hairstyle that these chicks want to emulate. And then you're going to win. Remember T-Boz when she cut her hair in Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember how her hair, she had a hairstyle. She had like a little bob with them two things on it. Missy. When Missy came out, how was Missy hair?
She had finger waves and shit.
Yeah,
But she had a hairstyle. She had a certain hairstyle. When Alicia Keys came out, how did she look? She had a certain hairstyle.
Right. You're right.
The Brat, a certain hairstyle. Now, when you name other artists and they wasn't as successful, look at their hair. Nobody gave a fuck about their hair. You know what I'm saying? And I be seeing chicks rap and I look at their hair, I be like, yo, you're not gonna make it. Why? Because you have to look like what women want to be like. And the first thing that women look at each other as, they look at your fucking hair. And if they want your hairstyle, then they're going to try to emulate it. So remember how many chicks was walking around with pink bangs on and shit like that, trying to look like Nicki. Even Kat Stacks when she had the bangs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Remember Remy had blonde and black. Yeah. You know, that shit go all the way back to like Bo Derek when she copied the braids. You know what I'm saying? And you had white girls, the Kardashians they was calling them boxer braids and all that stuff like that, trying to flip and bounce shit. Shit always matters. So any chick, well, how was Rhapsody here though? Do you even remember? Do you know?
Braids. Like your last Rhapsody video I seen out here was in braids.
Remember MC Lyte always had the mushroom curls. She always had a dope hairstyle. That shit means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even 357. Remember, one of them had a short haircut. One of them had the other hair. So you remember their hair. The girl with the short hair.
Yo, that's crazy. That's
it's always their hair. You know what I'm saying?
Don't know their names. It's just the girls from 357.
Look, somebody said in the chat, Bomani, Nia Long.
Yeah.
What you remember about her? Toni Braxton, Halle Berry. It's always was their hair. Grace Jones. It's always was their hair.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So any female artist out there, you better come up with a dope hairstyle or a hair color and have people emulate it and stop always wanting to. You can't change your image the way you change your fingernail polish and the way you have to be known for something. You have to be identifiable. When I started wearing shades, first of all, this lighting here is bright as shit. Okay. And I started wearing shades because I wore them because I was on a bright light. And people started saying weird shit like, oh, don't ever trust somebody who wears shades. And I want to be able to look in your eyes and all that. I'm like, what type of queer shit y'all on? Like, what you want to look at my eyes for? So it bothered people. Now, me being the antagonist at that point, oh, y'all got something to say about my shades? Okay, now I'm going to wear shades all the time.
Right.
But you think I'm in the house laying in the bed with shades on? You think I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it became a part of who I am. It became a part of who I am. I wear my shades. Now you starting to see other people do interviews with shades on. Why do you think that is? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you can influence the influencers, but these lights be bright. People don't understand when you under the lights are very bright. And I actually put together, hold on, where's something too? Oh, there you go. I actually, when you see me on the screen, I actually have a production. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff I made, like when I do my show with Blizz, this is the show. I make templates. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. I got all types of stuff. This is, no filter. All of that is right in here.
Right.
And then I made one when I'm by myself, which, that's Captain Cesaria. But this is one with me by myself. I could use this one, or I could use this one. I made this specifically for StreamYard when I do StreamYard interviews with people. You know what I'm saying? So again, people be looking, but they don't know the stuff that goes on behind the scenes to make your production what it is. You know what I'm saying? And when I do stuff, I don't want to look at ABC and be like, I don't got no ABC shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I want my shit to look like ABC. So again, when we start Blizz show, this how the show start. When it go off, this how it go off. When no filter start, this how it start. All this shit I made. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just saying all that to say, like, we have people who so-called content creators, but what are you creating? You ain't really creating shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to, when you're a creator and you're really creative, it's essential to your mental health, because this is how you release shit. This is how, you get shit off. It's almost like if you're a producer and you find a loop, you like, oh, I'm about to kill this. You dig it through the, you like, oh my God, you hear that? You can't wait. You hear the drums in your head. You hear the hi-hat. You hear everything. The only thing that might drive you crazy is you can't find the drums to match fast enough. And you're like, yo, I'm just going to use these drums and change them later, but I got to sequence this real quick.
Right.
Or you had an idea for a rap and you like, yo, I got to write this down somewhere, or I got to say it in my phone. So again, when you're a creative person, and that's the difference between the ghostwriter too. They the artist, they sitting there waiting to hear what came out of somebody else's brain for them.
Right.
But some people can't spit.
Right.
The way the ghostwriter can't always spit the way that artist spit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, listen to the Benjamins. Even though Diddy always sound like he reading off a paper to me, I can't hear Styles P talking about what you gonna do, what you want to do, want to be a, but it just didn't work.
It wasn't gonna set it off, yeah. Yeah,
it wasn't gonna work, because we were surprised that this dude was rapping, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. People could call me crazy, but I never liked the Benjamins. I just didn't like that record. You know what I'm saying? I thought Little Kim verse was decent. And I thought Jadakiss verse was decent, but I don't like the Benjamin, especially when that Biggie beat come on, and that's a Jackson 5 beat from a song called Shangri-La. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's definitely overrated. I think it's overrated.
But people, when that come on, because if y'all want to, I know we talking about the topic is ghostwriting, but when the Locks battle Dipset, the Locks is going to lose very badly. Reason why I say that, Dipset has stadium music.
Right.
The Locks have dope joints. They could rap. When it comes to them pens, we have to give it to the Locks. But when shit like I Really Mean It come on in the Garden, and Jewel's Dip, I'm talking about the Garden. Have you ever been to a club and you heard that 40-minute Dipset records get played over and over? Yo, and I know people love the Locks, they the streets and all that, you bugging, but give me 5 Locks hit records. I'll wait. I'm gonna sit here. Y'all, one of y'all give them to me.
5 Locks hit records.
Hit records, yeah.
Oh, damn.
See, you gotta think. I could give you 5 Dipset.
Money Pound Respect.
Okay.
Wild Out.
That's not a hit record. That's a record. It's not a hit at all. That's a horrible record, as a matter of fact. Okay. That's not going to work in the garden.
Nah, it's not going to work in the garden.
It's not going to work in the verses.
Exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So right now we only on money, power, and respect. You still got 4 more.
We'll always love Big Papa.
That's not going to work in the garden in the verses.
Right. It's
not going to work.
Right. Dipset got anthems though, yo. That's the thing about it.
So again, because people don't know how to use discernment. They judge music or how they feel about the people.
Right.
I don't have to like you to like your music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't know you. I'm just gonna hit play. Yeah, Cam was wearing pink and all that stuff. I wasn't really with none of that. But when I hit play, I was like, yo, I don't see him. I hear him. Mm-hmm. Now, the sequence of the music. Now, remember, Jadakiss just battled Fab and he gave up everything.
Right.
You know, now I could pick 5 Locks records that might be dope. But I'm telling you, them Dipset records hit different. Now we got Cam. Look, now we got Cam by himself.
Right.
So when he throwing What Mean the World of You, Cause Money Mean the World of Me, when he throwing Suck It or Not with Lil Wayne, I'm telling you, it's gonna go. When Jewel's throwing this Whistle song, and I didn't even like.
Right.
But when they throwing Hey Ma,
right,
it's gonna get different.
Because it resonates with a bigger audience. Absolutely.
Exactly. And in the Dipset, you got to remember, Dipset is the beginning of the internet era.
Right.
They are an internet group. They are, and you know who they was doing all their internet publicist shit? Karen Civil. That's why they were so big on the internet. So again, people gonna be like, "Oh, what Kiss? You crazy?" Okay. What records they gonna play is the Locks?
Yeah, right. Like I'd rather seen Dipset versus G Unit personally.
I thought it should be a triple header. I thought it should be Dipset versus G Unit versus D Block. That would have been dope.
That would have been fire.
Yeah, that's what I said out the gate. I thought it was a bad pairing to have Dipset and the Locks. It's two different things. 2 completely different things for me.
Well, you got to remember these groups were fighting for mixtape supremacy in New York City, so it does make sense. It does make sense, but yo, that Dipset movement was some shit I ain't never seen before, man. Like when you know, because people say, "Oh, it don't matter the way they dress." I say that's bullshit because hip hop fashion is a part of hip hop, and people got to stop leaving that out. It is. It's one of the elements of hip hop fashion.
Right.
So when dudes is wearing BVDs and sheepskins, dudes is wearing tight ass pants back then. It just wasn't, they ain't had a butt out, but dudes is wearing tight pants. You know what I'm saying? With shoestrings around them. Dudes is dressing like, dudes is coming outside in karate suits. Yo, I don't know how old y'all, but dudes had Chinese slippers, right or wrong. Dudes had Chinese slippers. So how we talking about how dudes dressing don't matter? No, it matters.
Doggy, that shit just went to a whole nother level when you said.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas had karate slippers, my nigga.
It went to a whole nother level.
Karate slippers with them orange soles.
Yes,
then as hell.
Some whole other shit.
This is the point I'm making. Them shits is like $2. Niggas had on karate slippers. And you swore if you kick somebody, you could cut them. This is what I'm saying. You could not tell me that if I kick you with these slippers on, I wasn't cutting you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, does Kane writing for Biz make him less of an MC? Nah, because Biz was an MC per definition.
Right.
Because Biz was able to do a whole show by himself and nobody. That's what an MC is. An MC is really just a person that just talks. You know, it just so happened that the MC, because remember the DJs was the MCs at one point. The DJ would get on the mic and be like, "Are you ready for the?" You know what I'm saying? And then the rapper became, and then the MC, because early MCing was Busy Beat. Wasn't no written lyrics. It was like, throw your hands in the air because the kids. That was the first MCs, and then Mo D and them came with these written rhymes. And I think KRS-One was the first person to write a 16-bar rhyme. And then that just changed the dynamics of everything because dudes had, you know, structured raps opposed to rapping about what's going on in the crowd. You're the lady with the red hat, did that, you know, because they all rap just like that and shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right, this shit is corny. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you had DJ Hollywood, That's why you had Busy. He was the chief rocker, Busy B, because he would just go grab the mic and freestyle. Now you got to remember, Biz was able to freestyle. He could beatbox. Him and Dougie Fresh don't need nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Dougie Fresh could do Lottie Dottie beat and the crowd gonna sing it.
Yeah.
He don't have to. And then he gonna do that Little Vicious freak shit. He gonna do the show like it's just all. That's an MC though.
Right.
He don't need no beat. He don't need nothing. He's the beat. He's the rapper. He's everything. And then he uses the crowd. That's what MC. Because even when you look at per definition of what an MC is, you can have a whole showcase, but the MC is the person that introduces everybody. He's the person that controls the crowd. That's what an MC is. So per definition, Biz Markie is an MC. You know what I'm saying? Dougie Fresh is an MC. But as far as Kane writing for him, shit, why wouldn't you get raps from the GOAT? Kane is my favorite rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? Big. I'm never gonna wave off that. I know a lot of people like saying Rakim, but
I was just about to ask you that too. Over Rakim?
Definitely over Rakim.
Yo, so how you feel about Kane versus Rakim versus?
He would demolish Rakim. It would be too easy. It would be easy. It would be almost sad. You got to remember, listen to the diversity of Big Daddy Kane records though.
Mm-hmm.
Rakim, all that sound like the same stuff. And again, I know, look, people are so, oh, he was dropping science, but you didn't understand that shit.
Right.
You didn't understand it. And you trying to tell me Kane wasn't dropping science? Kane was dropping lessons too. It's just Rakim, name was Rakim Allah, so you expected it.
Right.
But listen to Young, Gifted, and Black. Kane had on suits with the universal flag on it.
Yeah.
He was God too.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And he had more diverse records than Rakim. The thing I don't like about Rakim, listening back, a lot of that music didn't really age well. The shit you always go to, I came through the door. I said, you always gonna go, but there's not one lesson in that song. He wasn't dropping no jewels in that. My melody is dope. But when you listen to Kane and Warm It Up, Kane, Come On, and Smooth Operator, Ain't No Half Stepping, and Raw, those is all different sounding records.
Right.
Rakim records, you know, him doing Follow the Leader, you're gonna be like, this is dope for the nostalgia, but what's dope though, look at Rakim Tiny Desk performance. Fire. Now, when it comes to the, I'm gonna be real with y'all, when it comes to the pen, and you start getting visual, Rakim has some deep rhymes because of the time he was rapping in.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just wasn't expecting him to say that, but Kane just has style. Like this dude might jump on the floor and dance in the middle. So he was a performer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Big Daddy Kane will always be my GOAT. Why? Because people love Biggie, they love Jay-Z, they love Fab, but that's his children.
Right.
That's really from his tree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like when people love Nas and they love AZ, I'm like, well, that's from Rakim and Cool G Rap tree. Yeah. So how could we say Kobe is better than Michael Jordan?
Right.
Where if it wasn't no Michael Jordan, it wouldn't be no Kobe.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because Kobe studied, but that don't take away from Kobe though. But calm down when you start saying he better, because the dude studied his game tape. Big's first demo, he rapped to Blonde Alley. Blonde Alley is the original sample for Ain't No Half Step, and that's how he got his record deal. That's what was in the Source on Hype. And Mr. C was his manager. It's still Big Daddy Kane tree. Jay-Z had was used to come out with Kane. It's still Kane tree. Kane is from Bed-Stuy. Fab is from Bree-Boy. It's even Red Cafe was like, yo, nah, Big Daddy Kane is the go to Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Now have people did different things, but it's different opportunities. But you gotta remember, this man was in movies back then. Yeah. Meteor Man and Posse and doing all types of stuff and making records that Drake make now, but he got called a sellout. He crossed over to where he lost it and felt like he got to come back hardcore for the people, but he should have just stuck into what he was doing. Right. Yeah. Right. And let the people, but you know, sometimes you're ahead of your time. It's almost like when I interviewed Benny the Butcher, people was like, yo, who that? Who is this dude? And then like a few years later, everybody all on Benny Butcher. I'm like, yo, I brought him to y'all a while ago.
Right.
When I brought Dave East to the world, when I brought Fetty Wap, when I brought Nipsey, people was like, yo, who is this fake Snoop Dogg? I'm like, yo, he might be the next dude out of the West Coast. And I'm talking about this is 2009.
Right.
I brought Nipsey out here. But sometimes we ahead of our time. And then by the time everybody catch up, somebody else gonna get the light. But I never did it for the light, because one thing I do like about this culture, now everything has a digital footprint.
Mm-hmm.
So we can always go back to the tape. What? Oops, crazy. Look at this. So when people say, when Max B come home, you should get the first interview. I'm like, I'm not going to get the first interview, because they're going to push him into where they think he need to be. Not knowing that back when I interviewed him, nobody was fucking with him.
Right.
But me. You know what I'm saying? Even with Shaheem, when Shaheem got out of jail, he went to Vlad. He didn't hit me. I hit him, yo, what's up? But I didn't hit him for an interview. I was just happy he was home. But he went to Vlad. Why? Because somebody said, yo, Vlad got this, Vlad, you need to go to Vlad. But it was ineffective than what me and him would have did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's people pushing you in directions. And even when Shaheem was locked up, I had an interview with him from jail. I had an interview with him before he went to jail. I got interviews with Shaheem going all the way back to 2006. So when you get out of prison, why you go to Vlad? Why you don't go to your man? Because somebody gonna tell you, oh, he got this, he got that. And you gonna fall into it. And then now what? And then you go from Vlad to Queen's Flip and all that stuff, but you never hit me. So when people were like, yo, man, you need to interview Shaheem, I was like, nah, I actually don't. He did what he needed to do. He did his run. I wasn't a part of his run. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with that, but you're not going to second fiddle me and make me a part of your run now after, you know, it's almost like the chick, after everybody done slutted you out, you want to come give me some box now. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I got first on the train, or I don't got it all. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to go over here, go over there and do this and do that and then be like, oh, that's my man, I could do that anytime. Nah, that's not how it works. And a lot of times I think we be in awe about people who want to mess with us. So we go to the awe, but forget the core. You know what I'm saying? Always fuck with those who fuck with you. That's why when knowledge hit me to do something, I always just come on, because I'm like, me and this man have met in person. Me and this man have done things together. So whenever he hit me, I'm going to come on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going in awe. So if I have a chance to do this and do that, I'm going to come here, because this is like home team. This is home base. This is my dude. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I had on a shirt in my live the other day, the shirt you gave me, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about. I can't
we were supposed to be together right now, doing this right now live in Texas.
Right. This is around the time, right?
We were supposed to be live today. So y'all would have seen this shit with, you know.
Yeah.
Doggie
So
Diamonds.
that fell through?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was crazy. That
shit happened. Shit happens, you know. I mean, and again, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you bust your brain trying to figure out the reason, and sometimes it's nothing to figure out. Just the universe just didn't allow.
Yeah, after this, I just let it flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even, you know.
But how the universe?
Yeah.
Well, look, how the universe work is that we supposed to be in Texas, then we go look on the news tonight, a fucking plane crash on his way to Texas. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the universe work. So a lot of times we want to know why to everything. We kind of nosy with the universe. Sometimes you just gotta let that shit be, and you are safely in your house for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. So yeah, I gotta run. I'm fucking tired. I just need like a 20-minute nap. I've been up since like 6 this morning, running to the gym. Now, unless y'all got something else y'all want to talk about.
Nah, man. I
said, question: how do you stay? Question: how do artists today stay relevant without the antics? Well, I'm gonna be real with y'all. You really can't.
Ain't no way.
No, it's really the people. It's supply and demand. See, this is the thing. We in a market. America is not a country. It's a market.
Right.
And if it's marketable, you got to join the market. So that's why you see people doing all the extra shit, because, you know how to get attention. And nowadays, I never wanted to look like an idiot. I never wanted to look queer. I never wanted to look like an idiot. I never wanted to be anything outside of self. So anything that wasn't me, I ain't doing that. Yo, put that on now. I wouldn't wear that. When I die, what y'all got a suit on me for? I don't wear suits. You know what I'm saying? Always have me in my element. Don't take me out of my element to appease other people. Only I can do that. right? So with artists, it's what the audience wants. The audience wants fuckery because why? Because cancer is negative, and a lot of people are cancerous, and cancer survives in a negative environment. So when you see negative stuff, it makes you deflect and get away from what you're dealing with. The fact that you know you owe child support, to know that you can't rap for shit, to know that you a smut, to know that you stink. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to look at everybody else's problems and be entertained by it, so you don't have to worry about self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm the total opposite, I'm like, yo, damn, I got a booger in my nose. I don't have time to look in your nose. I don't look in your nose. I got to look at my book like, yo, damn, do I got popcorn in my teeth? So a lot of times when you are dealing with self and you in self and you and again, knowledge of self is not a doctrine. It's just knowing who you are, knowledge of yourself.
Facts.
So a lot of times people don't know they self because they so busy looking at others. So I look at other people, but now I got to get up because looking at you is not going to put me in that gym. Looking at you is not going to create this content. Looking at you is not going to do it. And now I could peak, but I'm not going to look at antics. The minute I deem you a clown, you forever got on that nose and them shoes to me.
It's a wrap.
And I can't take clown. I can't take cancerous, toxic shit. And people be like, ooh, he dropping jewels. I'm like, yeah, he sounds smart to a dummy.
Right, exactly.
You know, but some of us are so advanced in what we know. And again, what I said earlier, some people regurgitate and don't do no research, because if you really did some research, we could debunk that right now. That's not true. So when people be saying, well, Dr. Sebi said, I'm like, yo, but if you research what he said, that shit is not the truth. And not to desecrate anybody's memory, but again, you're following a follower who's following a follower in this. So I'm using him for an example. I'm using other people. Yo, I heard that. Or the funniest thing, they said, and I always be like, well, who the fuck is they?
They. Right.
Oh, I got to do my voice. Who the fuck is they? You know what I'm saying? I do that all the time on my show. So again, when somebody say something, so even if I hear Dr. Sebi said, or this person, it's yo, we got $1,000 devices in our hand. It takes 2 seconds to click 2 buttons, prove it. But I don't have to come argue with the world. I just got to prove it to myself. So I know where to.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I know where to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, that's real. But again, if we trust the personality or we trust the popularity, it's law because this person said it. And I don't live my life like that. You know what I'm saying? You were taught as a kid. So if somebody tell you to go jump over a bridge, you gonna do it?
Right.
Why doesn't the same rules apply as an adult? Right. I don't care what nobody say. Prove it. And if you can't verify it, you can't just say, well, I just know. Well, listen.
Right.
I'm good.
It's like
you know
they
what I'm
say,
saying?
God knows. God don't think. God knows.
So when it comes to rappers, it's almost like it's so many of them. There is no fans no more. I mean, a motherfucker could be coming and install your cable and see a monitor, and he like, I got some shit too. Yo, if you don't install this cable and get the fuck out of my house, you know what I'm saying? There is no more fans. That's the difference between me and other people. I'm still a fan. I still want to hear stuff. I still want to see stuff. But the minute you do something that's asinine, or you do something that's limp-wristed, or you do something for attention, I don't trust you. So I'm not going to rock with you because attention, shit, you could, I mean, if we all want attention, we could get it. Right. I could jump up, you know, you could fucking videotape yourself eating shit if you want attention.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a shit eater. But then now look at the audience and be like, yo, he a shit eater, but yo, his hat was fly. So we always, you know what I'm saying? People are the expectations are so low these days that people getting away with stuff that you looking at, yo, but what about your MVP, your morals, values, and principles? You know what I'm saying? People don't care about that no, because they chasing the bag. And again, people who chase the bag, that means you will do anything. And that is the definition of selling your soul. See, people think selling your soul is, yo, he gave up his buns or he did that. No, selling your soul is selling out for money. You will do anything for money that your mama would not approve of. That's what selling your soul is. People always think it's some spooky shit. Oh, he sold his soul. Well, when you go to work every day and you get $5 and you know you're supposed to get 15 and you don't fight for yourself and you still go there and you're scared to leave your job, you sold your soul and you're ass. You know what I'm saying? You're ass. When anytime you do something for money and you're not getting fairly compensated and you just want to be seen, well, at least it's a job, you sold out too. Because if something happened to your ass, they just gonna find somebody else. So I tell people a lot of times, anything that you want to do in life, pursue that. You know what I'm saying? Try to turn your hobby into a job, because if your hobby is a job, if your hobby is your job, you never work a day in your life.
Word.
Who would think I would be able to make 5 figures sitting here talking? Just really think about that. But I didn't always make 5 figures. I done been homeless. Women have put me out. I done been in some dead-end relationships. I've been in shit where people didn't believe in me because nobody believes in the idea. Nobody believes in the idea. Especially if they don't see where they fit in. They like, well, what the fuck that got to do with me? So that's when they start saying, do you need a cameraman? And you be like, nah, I don't need a cameraman. So they're like, yo, I don't think it's gonna work then. Yo, if they don't see themselves fitting in, they don't care. Because how does it, so you could say, yo, they be like, yo, how that help me? I'm the opposite. Yo, you say, yo, I want to fly a plane. Well, go fly planes. I ain't flying with you. I'm good. I'm scared of heights. But we not like that as a people. We look at each other and we try to say, we count each other pockets. We watch each other pockets. Oh, he getting this, or look at his views. I'm like, yo, so if it's about the views, I go buy him. Right. But that's not authentic.
Right.
But it's a lot of people buying views, though. Did y'all know that?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's some of your favorite shows that all those views are fake. Right. But then again, like I said, I'm not going to get mad at somebody for being a good shepherd. You always got to get mad at the sheep, because we in a woke age where everybody know everything. Everybody's conscious and stay woke and doing sleepy sheep shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of shepherds. It's easy to steer the flock. All you got to do is show some money, some jewelry, some women in the car, and they like, oh, he getting money, because we base success off materialism.
Mm-hmm.
But you never seen Bill Gates dress a certain way. You never seen Steve Jobs dress a certain way. Yeah. And they are, but again, that's nigga shit.
Right.
When it comes to our mentality, we like trinkets. So if a nigga got a cup that got a gold stripe on it, that nigga got a gold cup. That shit could be a cup from Five Below. I'm
about to go get one.
This is what I'm saying. But yeah, I talk for a living, so I'm about to shut up. Get the hell out of here, because we'll be on here to 12 o'clock and y'all ain't even gonna get a word in. You know what I'm saying? So yo, thank y'all for having me. Do the Knowledge Radio. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, it's very, very essential that you hit the bell to get all notifications. So when they're going live or they upload new content, you get it. If you find yourself when they uploading content, you don't get it, you have to go back into the bell and hit personalize. You can get the alert to your phone or get it to your email or get it to both. And it's also important to hit the like button, because that's how these videos go viral. And if you found anything in this video that was important to you, or you think was important information, or any other video, hit the share button. Share it to your Facebook, share it to your Twitter. Even if you got another phone, take a screenshot and share it, or hold your phone up to your computer or whatever. Take it and share it on your Instagram stories. The same way you share them fight videos, the same way you share that girl video with the big titties, the same way you share somebody getting shot. Share stuff that might help other people, because if it helped you, you can help other people. So again, if you watch anything in any of these videos that you found useful to you, it could be useful to somebody else. Stop being stingy.
And it's
with
free.
That, yeah, I'm done. And it don't cost you $1 to hit the button. And stop looking at everybody as competition, because everybody's not your competition. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got a YouTube channel, that don't mean you competition. And stop looking at people's numbers and stop being envious, because Chinese people will put a Chinese restaurant right next to each other. All they know is that we got to get these niggas money with these hairy ass chicken wings. These hairy chicken wings are for sale. And we don't care. And that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? So with that, y'all, I'm Doggie Diamonds. I will holler at y'all later on. I got to go.
Salute, man.
I got to go. Salute. Thank y'all for having me. Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
yeah, man. I'm about to get out of here too, bro. Volume 1.
Where the fuck you going? He leaving like he a guest. You see how he go? Come out. Y'all gotta get out of here.
Y'all niggas, man. I'll y'all later.
What the fuck?
It's been swell, folks.
Catch y'all around the hood.
We've been at it for 2 hours, man. Salute Doggie Diamonds, man, coming through, man.
I want to thank Killa. I want to thank both of y'all, man. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, this is the first joint, man. Like, yo, we got more to come. Like, big shout out to Doggie Diamonds. Yo, we appreciate you, man. Yo, follow me on IG, @strivingforperfection_43. Follow you back. Yo, shout out 300 Gangsters. Shout out Keys Development. Yo, shout out to Melvinaire Podcast, of course, yo. IG up and running, yo. Follow us, yo. We got some shit coming too, man. Pay attention for that. And yo, shout out to the team, bro. That's it, man. Yo, everybody stay safe, man. And catch y'all for the next episode.
All right, cuz. All right.
Killa.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Doggie Diamonds, Knowledge, Rome, anybody that commented, whether it was the Memphis Bleak situation or they listened to the ghostwriting portion. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You ain't gotta follow me. I'm probably at your mom's house or your sister's house or something like that. You can find me there. I'm fucking around. No, it's all right. Nah, man, but this is the beginning, man. Episode 1, yo, this was dope. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what we do next. You know what I'm talking about?
We got health, we got controversy, we got drama, we got controversial shit. We got all kind of stuff coming. I'm telling you, this Hip Hop Legends podcast is about to be legendary. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna have slots for indie artists. We're gonna have slots for all kind of stuff in the realm of hip hop, because hip hop ain't just MC. You know, DJs, producers,
everything,
fashion, models, all of that. So this is gonna be crazy, and the only way you can get a hold of this is to come to this YouTube channel right here, through the Knowledge Radio. This is one of many shows we got on this podcast network. I'm gonna start using that word and shit, since you know everybody thinks that's something that we got on this podcast network. You see what I'm saying? You know, words. Shout out to my sister Keisha. They got Thorough Black Talk. You know, real Brooklyn Nights up in the building. You understand what I'm saying? I was talking noise to my brother Bomani the whole night, but you know, he one of the greatest MCs to ever pick up a pen. You understand? Nobody wrote for him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want some real hip hop, for real, United Front, you understand what I'm saying? They got the truth out here. You understand what I'm saying? So support. We got a conglomerate. We don't fuck podcast network. We got a podcast conglomerate. You understand what I'm saying? So you got something. My brother Doc Mock. You understand what I'm saying? Favorite MC of all time. Boom. Said it out loud. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about it. You understand? So there's metrics. You see what I'm saying? There's metrics to it, and anybody want to know about it, I tell you about it, face to face. You understand? But you know, let's support our art. Let's support our artistry. Let's support. This is what this is for. You see what I'm saying? So there's an artist wing to everything else that we got going on. This is really like guerrilla style for the liberation of our people. Fuck everybody else. Y'all can have whoever y'all want to have. Over here, this is how we do. You understand? So, you know, in the interest of hip hop, we got other stuff. You see what I'm saying? But this right here is legends. So we got legends like legendary, and then we got legends like BS in the industry. So we're gonna get into all of that. You see what I'm saying? All of that. You know. Rest in peace to Biz Markie. You understand? Shout out to Foxy Brown. Broken Silence album is 20 years old today. You see what I'm saying? Come November.
That's her best album.
Come November, I think it's like the 19th or something like that. Yo, Nana is 25 years old. So this is a crazy, crazy year. 2021, y'all start looking back. Albums is 20 years old, 25 years old, 24 years old, 30 years old.
Old, son.
For real. somebody who was born in 91. Look, Killa, check this out real quick. Somebody who was born in 91 is 30 years old.
Right.
That's bugged out. Yeah, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So, Low in Theory came out in 91. It's 30 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was born to Low in Theory.
Probably conceived. You know what I'm
You know what I'm saying? So it's 30 years old. So we're gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I want some more smoke with Rome with the best album, hip hop album release year. So we're gonna have that come back.
Yeah, we're gonna do
that. Have a little segue in that conversation. So 96 looking real good right now. You see what I'm saying? So 96 looking real good. 98 was, you know,
close.
I'm on some 97, 98 shit. That shit was
close.
You know, but
close.
You know, 95 was disgusting too.
93 was a good year too.
All right, so we look next week. We're gonna have a little segment. You know what I'm saying, to go along with everything else. We're gonna deal with that. You know, best 90s album release year. We could take like 20 minutes because we be going OC with the shit. Like, so you can take like 20 minutes to deal with that. You understand what I'm saying? And,
Word.
Yeah, my best decade of hip hop is 88 to 98. You see what I'm saying? So I put everything in there.
That's fair.
You know,
that's fair.
I got everything. That's my best decade. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's really fair.
I know that leave out some other albums, but 88 to 98, I got some serious affinity to it. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's really fair.
Right.
That's a fair assessment, yo, for a decade.
Yeah,
that's a really super fair.
Support the channel. We still out here. We feeding the hungry. We feeding the homeless. We feeding the less fortunate. We changing lives out here. We've been doing it for like the past year and a half. You see what I'm saying? On a consistent basis, 5 days a week. You know, so whatever, you know, we get via the donation, you see what I'm saying? They don't even go to sustaining the radio. I can't even say that shit. Like every single thing we get go out in the community. 100%.
That shit.
100%.
That's what it's all at the end of the day.
All right. Yeah, don't sit in the super chat here. Like it's like we got super chat, but we don't never see it. So that shit. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, do something. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, everything I ever seen up here, I just seen it go across the screen. You know what I mean? And then YouTube do what they do with it. You know what I mean? So support this media conglomerate / community outreach program we got over here. We out of here. Out.
All right,
next week.
Hello. Peace.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get back to the
motive is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.